This is your president, Donald J. Trump, the big man, number 45. And when I become number 47, America is going to freaking hear our freaking voices. So I want you to subscribe to Barnabas at Midlife Bro Logic. He's the number one voice of the Donald J. Trump campaign. Subscribe, like, tattoo it on your body, brand it on yourself. Let the world know about Midlife Bro Logic. It's the number one YouTube channel on all Trump operations. Make sure that you like and subscribe to Midlife Bro Logic. It's the number one Trump news channel for my campaign of 2024.
Thank you for watching this very special episode of Midlife Bro Logic Baby Reindeer Netflix series review. Hi, I'm Midlife Bro Logic.
And I'm Gen X Jeff.
And you're watching Man on Film.
From a male point of view.
What's up? I hope you like it. This is the collab you didn't know would never come, but it's here. You know you like it. You know you want it. And you know you're sus for enjoying this. So shame on you. Before you call me sus, he who is without sin, throw it the first stone. Throw it the first sus stone. You love it. And here it is. Let's give a shout out to Gen X, Jeff, and Hal.
Yeah! You fucking rule! Fucking rule! Yeah!
All right. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Midlife Bro Logic. Me and Gen X Jeff met on Flow State channel, I think. and he's got something going on there. And let me just explain to you who I am. I am in midlife, and there's some news out there that I need to talk about, right? I need to talk about trending topics. I need to talk about Fannie Willis. I need to talk about Supermayor Tiffany Henyard. I need to talk about women with tattoos on their face. I need to talk about trans women in women's sports, okay? I think you kind of get the picture, right? Of course, we're going to talk about Daddy Trump. And of course, we're going to talk about Biden. Come on. Put this guy in a nursing home already. So that's what's up. That's what I'm about. I think you figured it out, right? There's not enough midlife bro logic out there, and it's my quest to bring it to you, okay? So that's what's up. So like, share, subscribe, and get on with it. And newsflash, I just got monetized, so I'm going to do a shameless little plug. Tell me if you like this. Check it out. You only get to hear that again if you hit the super chat, okay? And if you don't want to hit the super chat, but you still want to donate to the show, become a member.
How much
It's
you have
the
your
best
membership?
Well, it's $1.99 for men. But if there's any women that want to be a member, what's up, Big Bree? If there's any women that want to be a member, hang on. Because the men, my fan club is called Barney Bros. Get it? Kind of funny. But we talked about it, me and my team. And we decided we're going to have a, how shall we say, fan club for the ladies. And we're going to call it Barney Hose. But it's going to be 33% more expensive because it's the pink tax. Because everybody wants the pink tax. It doesn't exist. Ladies, I'm going to give you the pink tax right here, right now. So just let me figure that out. I am a boomer. I'm trying to figure it out. And I haven't figured it all out yet. But so ladies, just donate to super chats. Or if you don't want to do that, you want to give me direct, there it is. Hook me up. Hook me up. Hook me up. That's what's up. But you don't have to. Really what I want is for you to like, share, and subscribe. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your enemies. If there's any trolls out there, I love the trolls.
And the hate
I
watch.
love the trolls. Hate watch. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I am here for it. So that is me in a nutshell. Now, Gen X Jeff, he's the man, the myth, the legend. He's got his own show, and I think now is the perfect time for you to tell my millions of fans all about yourself there, Jeff. Go ahead.
Hi, millions of fans. I'm Jeff. I wear antlers, and I talk about mental health and autism and ADHD and neurodivergence and politics and current events and all kind of other stuff. You never know what's going to happen on our panels. And this is Mental Health Month, so we're doing mental health topics each day. We're live every day, 2 p.m. Central, 7 days a week, and often in the evenings as well. Just Google look up Gen X Jeff on YouTube. That's the easiest way to find me.
I mean, honestly, we're going to drop a link here. So let's try to be civilized, Jeff. Here we go. Here we go. Boom.
We're trying to monetize too, and we're about 200 something away. So tell your friends too. And then we'll be competitors,
Absolutely.
I guess.
Well, we can win together, right?
Yeah,
we don't have to compete. Let's win together. We're collaborators. It's like playing a game of craps. Do you gamble, sir?
No, but I actually went to craps school when I lived in Vegas.
Oh, so you know that the whole table basically wins together, unless you're a dickhead.
Something like that. I didn't really pay attention because I knew I wasn't going to stick with it.
Oh. Well, there goes that. But anyways, okay, so on to a serious note. We're going to talk about Baby Reindeer. I hope you've seen it. I put my warnings out. I told everybody. So spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. And let me tell you how this came into my purview. I was hanging out with my lady. And she's like, oh, look, some woman told me about this and it's blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, okay. And you know how that usually is, guys. You know how it usually is. You know when a woman suggests something to watch, a Netflix series, you know what it is. It's usually like some strong Angelina Jolie type that don't need no man, that can just go head to head with any man, punch him in the face, and just beat them in every conceivable way, right? It's like she looks like Angelina Jolie, so she's super attractive, super feminine, but she kicks ass like a dude. And it's like, oh, is this what we're watching? And if it's not that, then it's like men are bad, right? Right? That's usually what it is. You know what I'm talking about, guys. You know what I'm talking about. So I wasn't very excited. I was like, yes, dear, let's watch it. You know, that's Netflix and chill. I mean, absolutely. If you're with someone that you care about, it really doesn't matter what you're watching, right? It doesn't matter. Netflix and chill is always on point as far as I'm concerned. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Yes, I do, ladies. So the closest you're going to get to me is on the Barney Hose membership. Sorry, but it's going to come up soon. It's going to come up soon. So I started watching it, and it took me about 5 minutes to figure out this is awesome. This is worth it. Even if a woman,
like when she's
maybe
at
a
the
little
bar?
more, maybe a little more, maybe a little more. I mean, I guess I should just let me just tell you how I feel right off the bat. So this is kind of a new thing. I have reviewed a movie in the past. I reviewed Godzilla -1. Newsflash, go see it. What are you waiting for? If you didn't see it in the theater, then you're a loser. Okay, but you can online because superhero movies are beat. But I'm ready for Godzilla. But anyways, maybe this will be a new series depending on how popular it is. Hopefully it's popular. But this is how it was described to me. It's about a dude who is stalked by some crazy woman, right?
That's what I went in thinking it too. And it kind of is. That's part of it.
It is. And you're like, this is horrible. And I guess full disclosure, I have a crazy person kind of trying to ruin my life. So it kind of rings a bit true, but we're not really going to get into that.
So you were sucked in right away from the beginning, just from the storyline.
Yeah, because I'm going through a bit of it's not like this, but a different kind of crazy. I don't want to say too much, but it's beyond the normal crazy what I am going through actually. But anyways, so that interests me, and it's rare that you would see something about evil women, right? Like it's finally we live in a time that is status post Johnny Depp Amber Heard, right? The cat's out of the bag. Women are evil. You can't hide anymore. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe you don't have that much experience with women, Gen X, Jeff, but
not with her type, no. But one of the big difficulties in the movie at the beginning for me was even believing it was a true story, because there's no way that two people are this messed up. Because for me, he was almost the bigger part of the problem that she was, because he was the one perpetuating it and engaging in it and allowing that dynamic to continue. Whereas a healthy person would have drawn a quick boundary and filtered her out. And so, like, to me, he was the driver of most of the dysfunction, not her.
I mean, you know what that kind of sounds like, right? You know what that sounds like?
Huh?
Do you know what you kind of sound like? I wonder if you would say the same thing if the sexes were reversed. That's kind of like saying, "Oh, she was dressed like a tramp. She had it coming." I mean, is it? Do you see anything about that? I mean, what do you think of that?
Only if I don't think it makes a difference. They were both dysfunctional, and I think if the sexes were reversed and she was as dysfunctional as he was and turned around and started stalking her back instead of walking in the other direction, I would say the same thing. I don't know that the genders matter. And I don't even know that his type of dysfunction was gender-based, because it's something that could happen to anybody. But
the truth is, it's something else we need to talk about, right? And I hate to say this, but there's like and this is so lame. But I'm going to say it. Oh, I got to tell Denizen. There's a power dynamic difference in the sexual marketplace value of these two. Are you familiar with this?
It didn't. Okay, but with her in particular, that dynamic seemed more or less equalized. It didn't seem like much of what she was a big girl, and she looked like she could take care of herself, and she was the aggressor in a lot of situations. So I saw less of that kind of natural physical power differential with those two. Plus, he was so passive anyway.
Yeah, but let's face it, man. Let's face it. Okay, and now I've never done this, of course, but Okay, so let's look at it from a male point of view, right? Some dudes are out there, they'll use they'll quote unquote use these women that are overweight, right? They'll keep them around, they'll flirt with them
because there's no risk.
because I mean, should I just say it? Because they're easy, right? Because they want it. Because he's a pretty good looking guy. He looks kind of like a rock star. Definitely trouble, but he's kind of I mean, what do you rate him on a scale of 1 to 10 there, right?
6-ish, 7 maybe.
And what do you rate her?
Oh, well, I'm not.
Like minimum. I mean, she's got a cute face, lol, and a nice personality, lol. I mean, it's fat girls have to be nice. What else are they going to do?
I thought she was a horrible person, a horrible character. I would not want
Baltimore.
her in my life.
I got motorcycles running up and down the street.
I would get her out of my life like after.
I can't hear you. Hold on. It's a motorcycle gang terrorizing Baltimore. Oh, it's still going. Thanks, Brandon Scott. Okay, go ahead.
What were you? Would you say there was an update? Baltimore has crime.
Oh, there's just there's roving gangs of motorcycle gangs with unlicensed, with Pusheisty masks, just terrorizing the city. That's all. That's what's up. So I'm saying, he was playing her. He was like flirting with her because he liked the attention. And fat girls have to be nice because what else are they going to use? Yeah, and sure, she had a cute face. Okay.
In his case, we find out even deeper reasons why he was responding back to her in particular.
But we didn't know that at first, right? We didn't know at first on the face of it.
At first, it looked like, and it was still true. It looked like he was dysfunctional. I'm like, if he does this, he's more messed up than she is. So she's not even like the antagonist anymore. It's now he is the one driving the tragedy from this point forward. Because his dysfunction was as equal or greater than hers to allow him to do that. And so the first few episodes, my interest was what is wrong with this person? What is wrong with this guy who is the one that is not only telling his own story, but acting in it? Why are they proud of this that they want to show it to other people and put it in a movie and write about it and act it out? I would be embarrassed if I was this guy. He's so fucked up. Why would you want the world to see that? So that's what had my interest.
Because and first off, there's controversy whether it's real or not. So, but we'll get to that later, right? We'll get to that later.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
But that's the best comedians. They just tell you how shitty their lives are, and they just keep talking about it. Oh, look at me! I'm so silly.
So the movie itself is like a bit.
Yes. No, but like people want to see that. People are sick of seeing fake and this and that, and we want to see like true crime, true grit, true craziness. I don't know. I mean, I loved it. Did you like it? I guess we need to start with that.
I didn't at first, and then there was the one scene which had a very personal resonance for me, and then after that, it took I saw the movie in a totally different way, and I saw him in a different way until he continued the dysfunction. Like I saw all the little ways that experience did not have to lead to the dysfunction that it led to. And so I saw all the ways I would do things differently. So by the end of the movie, me and him were this far apart, even though we had the same experience.
But the other thing that we need to mention, he was a freaking bartender. And I've never been a bartender, but it's good to have, and yes, she didn't spend money, but it's good to have people come to the bar. And it's nice to have someone to talk to. Like part of a bartender's job is to flirt. Right? Or at least if there's not a sexual dynamic, then at least like talk to and engage. Yeah. And she definitely wanted sex. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, and he probably knew that. But there were reasons why he like what we're not aware of in the beginning that we find out later is he's very conscious of what he's doing and why he's doing it, and there's reasons for it. But the viewer is not in on that at the beginning. So it looks messed up, it looks dysfunctional. It makes you wonder what's wrong with him. No normal person would act this way. No normal guy would do this. That's why that middle scene is so important for the movie. That's like the whole scene that the movie pivots on.
Okay, so I guess we should go to that. I mean, but let's and this is just nothing but spoiler alerts. I hope someone out there watched this. Otherwise, this is going to be. I mean, I guess you can just watch us because we're dressed to the nines today. But so she came in. She didn't buy anything. He was giving her Diet Cokes. He liked the attention. It seemed like he was lonely. And then she started being crazy. Oh, he Googled her and found out that she is a complete psycho. She's been arrested.
And then friended her after that.
And then what?
And then friended her after that.
Yeah.
Again, not what a normal, sane, healthy person would do, but what a really messed up, dysfunctional person would do.
And then it's a crazy series. If you just like weird, crazy shit, this is right up the alley. So let's fast forward. And then of course they did it like chronologically, like a damn Quentin Tarantino movie, just to trick you. Okay, I'm down with that. So then we went to the producer, right? The rich guy. Or did we go to his quote unquote girlfriend? What was the next thing that happened? I forget. The movie guy, right?
The trans person. Who I didn't like her at all. She's a very unlikable person, but she's the best character in the movie. She's the healthiest, sanest person in the whole movie. If you're halfway sane yourself, you have no choice but to sympathize with her ultimately in the end.
Yeah, so then he starts. Okay, so he's dealing with this weirdo. Oh, and here's the other thing I don't like, right? It kind of tricks you. You never know what's going to happen, and it tricks you. And I guess I like it. I guess I like being tricked. Come to find out, he's living with his ex-girlfriend's mom in England. It's English, by the way. England English.
Britain.
Which is like so bizarre. So bizarre. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine if I had some freaking ex-girlfriend up living in my mom's house. Hell to the no. Are you
the
kidding
girlfriend's
me?
all like she's there. It's always over. So they have to interact. And like they
It's
don't
insane.
like each other. It's very dysfunctional, and we get to see all of that.
It's insane. And then another thing, she's like too hot. She's so attractive, yes? She's
The girl,
the ex-girlfriend, yeah. You don't think?
I'll take your word for it.
I mean, she's, thin. She's
But
pretty.
he's the one that broke up. He's the one that ended it, right? But the mom let him stay in the house.
No, he was doing a shenanigans. This is her apparently. Oh, she's Australian.
Because the mom doesn't even like her. Like she took his side.
You don't think this is attractive? I mean, come on.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you're not.
In the movie, I didn't like her personality, and that overrides looks for me.
I'm not talking about her personality.
Yeah, but that was the dominant feature of her in the movie. I don't know. I have to check with Frank. He's my boob expert.
Who cares how she acts? I'm just talking about how she looks. Dude, come on. I mean, she looks so good, she's going to turn you straight. Be
like
careful.
Pam
Don't
Grier.
look at it for too much. What?
She looks like Pam Grier. Is there a Coffee remake?
This is definitely not Pam Grier kind of stuff. This is not a Pam Grier. Oh, look, she likes white guys. Swirler.
I thought you had a woman.
I do have a woman.
Look at that moody face. Like, what's attractive about that?
It's pouty and it's cute and it's sexy.
Stay as far away from me as you can. That's like a warning. Like when animals bare their fangs. That's what that looks like to me.
Okay, well, I mean, whatever. Just trust me. She's too pretty for the.
I mean, I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm just saying the movie, her character was unpleasant.
I just didn't.
I could definitely see why she was an ex, because she would have been mine too.
Listen, here's what bothers me. And let me tell you how I feel about ugly people, right? I have this whole thing, this whole bit. Her name is, gee, what a freaking name. Shalom Brune Franklin. Is she married? Shalom? Is she?
Maybe maybe it's a lesbian couple. Sometimes they hyphenate their names.
This is her. But listen, here's what bothers me about TV shows, right? Like, sometimes I'll try to watch these HBO series. Like, I would try to watch that series that The Rock was in a couple of years ago, right? Or just you try to watch stuff. Or, like, you'll watch a cop show. You watch a cop show and everyone looks like this. Everyone looks like a freaking model. It's like, come on, ugly lives matter too. Mid lives matter too. I can't take things seriously when everyone is just so, model-esque. It's like, can I just get some average looking people? And it's much like in life. If I see a pretty or an attractive person, doing something, I can't trust them. Maybe that's something within me. Maybe, oh, you're just hating, you're jealous. Sure. But
I don't trust attractive people either.
Yeah, because it's like if they're trying to like sell you a car or do some business with you.
I just don't think they should.
It's like, can I just get like a normal looking, or even preferably, I'd rather work with ugly people because I know they're not getting by on their looks. I know that they're getting by on their freaking talent and their hard work. And that's what I'm saying. And I say the casting was wrong because she was too pretty. She's too pretty, in my opinion.
Or the trans girl.
No, not the trans girl. We didn't even get to that yet. This is not a good match. This woman is not a match for the lead guy. At least
she was also a minor character. She wasn't a major part of the story.
Okay, so we'll move on. I got that out of there. But anyways, just it's so bizarre. And it tricks you in the beginning. It tricks you in the beginning to thinking that he's banging her mom, right? And they even said, I was married to her mom. Like, he even said that. And it's like, oh my God, this guy is banging his ex-girlfriend's mom. It's like, it tricks you, man. Maybe I like that. I don't know. It's surprise on that. But anyways, let's move on. So just when you thought the movie couldn't get any weirder. Oh, let's look at the big woman, right? Let's look at the big woman. Just when you thought the movie couldn't get any weirder, right? You got this apparently age, I guess she's like what, 10 years older than him, supposed to be.
Who, the guy?
Yeah, the fat girl and the lead character.
Oh, Martha?
There was an age difference, like 10 years or so.
Oh.
You didn't catch that?
I don't remember.
Anyways, this is her in real life. I mean, she's kind of cute, honestly, in the face there. But they made
she kind of roughed herself up for the show. You could tell.
Yeah, like bad enough she's really fat, which she is. But they they make her even proud of it?
Maybe she has a positive image.
That's a lot. Stop it. That's a lie. I mean,
you look, know what kind of propaganda she's been exposed to and took in.
She's pretty.
It's subjective. It only matters what she believes about herself.
Shut up. I mean, excuse me. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. Well, I don't want to. I don't know if you. I don't want to. Whatever. Upset people. Listen. When people say that they're fat and proud, they're not. Okay, I'm overweight and I hate it. Right?
You're overweight.
Yes, and I hate it. And if I even like
her level.
Anyone is. It's good to not like. Okay, if you wake up one day and you're morbidly obese. Don't delete yourself. No. Don't hate yourself. But don't accept it, right? Don't accept being this big. Don't. And don't let people like Gen X Jeff, don't let people like I don't know, fat acceptance.
I wasn't advocating for, I was asking I was speculating about her position on it. God, I'm going to stop. Every time I try to take someone else's position, I get attacked for it. I need to stop doing that.
No, go ahead. No.
I retract, Your Honor. Everything I said, I retract.
No, say it. Convince me that I'm wrong. Oh. Convince me that people are like, oh, it's totally cool. I'm 100 pounds overweight, and I love it. It's great. It's dope.
I do that. I like to put myself in the heads of different people and see how the world looks from there. That's all I was doing. I wasn't necessarily saying it was a good thing or that other people should do it or that it was healthy.
I mean, you keep going at it. If I come on quote unquote too strong, let me know. I'll back off a little bit here. But
oh no, I'm not worried about you, girl.
All right, so here goes this woman, and truth is, they made her look. Yeah, she's a cute fat girl. She's a cute, morbidly obese.
I doubt she looked like that in real. Like she'd put herself on camera, looking like that. If that's how she looked in real life, that's just masochistic.
Yeah, they made her look even.
A lot of it was acting on her part. I could tell the looks. the dishevelment, the like grainy, cracked face, all of that.
This is how they made her look in the movie. So they made her look even worse on purpose.
Even worse. Like
they picked clothes that made her look even. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just agreeing.
They made her face look uglier,
This is the
and
glamour shot.
they picked clothes to make her look even fatter.
Yeah, like,
and then they even took like this like
mesh lace number.
It's like that's the like you can see her in her full wideness, right?
But if you saw her for even like 30 seconds, a normal person would be like alert, alert, stay away, avoid, don't get attached. And he just keeps it going and deepens it. And I'm like, because and we find out why later, but that's an issue I find that's common of people that are messed up or dysfunctional don't read the flags that normal healthy people do. And the people like her know that. They know exactly what to say and do when they find people like that. It's like sharks. They know that vulnerability.
That's
so she was kind of a predator, but then he was like feeding and empowering his predator, which was masochism on his part.
That's an interesting take, Jeff. I didn't take it like that. I just thought it as just, she wanted to be loved too, and she just would do whatever it takes. I didn't see her as a predator. She wants to be loved, and this guy, he needs some love too. And sometimes we go through hard points in life, and we need.
Yeah, they were both very lonely people and dysfunctional, and it shows what lonely, dysfunctional people will do, like the extremes that they'll put themselves through to try to alleviate that loneliness.
It's true. And the sad thing is, if she wasn't fat, she wouldn't be lonely.
Well, I don't know. With her personality and her like psychoticness, I think she would still be like, I think she could look like the girl in those pictures. And if she acted like she did, she still would be lonely. You think guys would put up with that for just for looks?
Yeah, because honestly, she's, I hate to say it, but she's cute in the face. Lol.
Oh,
she is. Look at her.
More dysfunctional guys out there than I realized. Y'all are messed up. Someone's behavior.
Wait. I mean, so you're immune to this? You're immune to this. You'd rather have
looks.
What would you say?
That, like, if somebody's being abusive to you, that doesn't override their looks. You're like, oh well, they're attractive. I'll just take it.
I mean, that's how it is. Like, are you denying that? That's reality.
Oh, that's not how it is for most people I know.
It's not so black and white, right? It's like, oh, look, let's pretend I'm a girl. Oh, I'll marry this billionaire. Everything's taken care of, and he's good looking, and he's famous, and he's everything, and all these women want him. And then she's like, well, I know he's going on these business trips, and I know that he has a side piece, but I'll just accept it because everything else is. People do that, though. People do that. Don't.
I don't. Yes, I think that's the norm. Probably, like most people do that. I just don't relate to it or understand. I could not do that. So they're just wired very differently than I am.
Jeff, all right, we're gonna really. I'm sorry, I'm gonna break it down to you.
I'm the oddball in this situation.
I'm gonna break it down to you. You may not like this, but I'm gonna do it anyways. You are not immune to being a human, sir. Okay.
No, it's not about being. I think it's just as human not to get enmeshed in dysfunction than it is to stay in it. Like, I don't know. Both of it's human. Humans are capable of both.
Let me say a scenario here, okay? Let's say that you're dating. I guess I have to give you two scenarios, right? Imagine. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that you don't see this in yourself, and it's not so. extreme, but
Oh,
a good looking person, even if it's not good looking, let's just say that they do everything else how you like. You're willing, since they build up such goodwill in certain areas, you're willing to let. Well, looks are part of it because of their looks.
That's one area.
What?
But I just know with me, if I'm with an attractive guy and I find out they're psychotic or narcissistic or whatever, that attraction immediately goes away. Like, I can't keep the attraction at that point. If they're too fucked up, the attraction fades. So they no longer, the beauty's just not there anymore. It's tied to them being like beautiful on the inside too, I guess, or at least not hideous.
Hold on, motorcycles.
Oh.
It's just horrible.
It is Baltimore.
Yeah. No, but listen, man. Just picture the perfect person, right? Just put them in your head, right? And now picture like a disgusting fat person, right? I mean, wouldn't you be, you'd be more willing, if they click the good-looking boxes, you'd be more willing to let other things slide, perhaps. Like maybe they have stinky feet. It's like, what would you rather? Would you rather have a disgusting looking fat person as your partner? Or would you rather have like the most perfect looking person for you, but they have smelly feet? Do you know what I'm saying?
The smelly feet thing, I could probably overlook, but it's things like character and behavior and actions and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that is hard to overlook. That's the kind of stuff that makes an attractive person unattractive. Not necessarily the things they can't do anything about, but the actions that they consciously take that hurt other people or are abusive.
All right. Well, let the record state that is what Jeff says. And look at her. She's actually pretty. If she could just lose 100 pounds, she wouldn't be lonely anymore.
She's not pretty. Well, to me, she's not pretty enough for the price that you pay to be in her life. But even if she were attractive, I don't think she's pretty enough. I don't think anybody is ever pretty enough for what she put him through. But he obviously found something in her to continue. Like, he kept it going. He could have backed out any time.
But the thing is, it's not like people walk around with like a warning sign that says, "Hey, I'm crazy." Right? I mean, they do actually. It's if you have a tattoo on your face or if your hair is blue, that's like a warning, like, "Hi, I'm crazy." But they don't all do that, right? They don't all do that.
But how long does it take you to figure it out? It doesn't take me very long. It's really hard to hide crazy. Like, you have to be really good.
I don't think it is. I don't know.
Maybe you're right.
I mean, I don't want to talk too much about myself.
I don't know. The jury's out on that because now that you think about it, there are situations where it takes me a while to realize that I'm not around healthy people. But her kind of crazy was obvious to me from the start. Of course, she was an actress. They were deliberately playing it up to be noticeable. But I still feel like if this were real life, I would notice that this is a little crazy. This is what this lady's doing. He even listed off, he noticed all that stuff. He noticed that she was a lawyer, but she was always at the bar and blah, blah, blah. Like, he noticed all the little details that exposed her story, and he still rationalized staying connected with her.
Well, he was lonely. He was lonely, and she was kind, man.
Right.
And
he's like so lonely that this really messed up, dysfunctional liar is like will do for company. But he's lonely. But that's not even the real reason. We haven't gotten to the other scene that explains.
Okay, yeah. So all right, let's move forward. So just when the movie or the series, they could have just kept on going with this fat old lady stalking me. Like, that's very entertaining. But here comes a curveball. He's out here dating. He's dating. Hold up. Don't say it. just like out of nowhere, right? Just
Yeah.
You know, as if this isn't crazy enough. Let's just
Again, there's a reason for this too. We find out, but
let's just slide this in. Lol, right? Let's just slide this in, which is hilarious, right? Let's slide this in. What is this called? Baby Reindeer. Let's look at who he was dating. What do you think, guys? Oh, hold on. Don't say anything. Let me do a poll. Hold up. Let's do a poll. Here we go. Let's look at this picture of this woman. And I am going to do a YouTube poll. Where's my damn thing at? Lol. That's what she said. Well, this is a smash or pass poll. Here we go. What is this woman's name? Smash.
Nava Mao.
Pass. Nava, whatever kind of crap name that is. Nava Mao. Whatever that is.
Mao.
All right, let's see. All right, all men, complete this right now. Smash or pass.
Fun with Dirt got it.
What? Don't say anything. What's up, Juan? Hey, shut up. All right, all men, do this poll right now. Smash, 100%. Okay. We have what, 16 million viewers right now, so I expect everyone to complete this poll. Lol.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel too. I got dressed up. I look cute.
Do you have a wrench, Gen X Jeff? Can you type something in the comments? Oh Jesus, this is like more gay than I expected. But go for it, girl. Go for it, girl.
I commit. No, I'm good.
Hold on. I think I have some music. Oh my God, this is definitely going to get us either more subs or bans. Hold up.
I don't have confetti. That's the only thing I didn't be able to put together in time. But Frank, if you're watching, take a look at my couch.
Do I have?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm clowning right now. You have to get me off the solo, otherwise I'll.
Here, this is. I got some free music here. There you go, lo-fi. You feeling that?
Angry Snowman, you sound it, man. Needs to be more upbeat than that.
Sorry, I didn't know you were going to dance.
Club, right? They don't play this. Oh, you just wanted background for her. All right.
No, it was for you to dance. I didn't. I mean, if this is part of the segment,
yeah,
you dance.
We'll work on that.
We can work on it. Yeah.
But there is definitely potential.
All right, let's see here. Can you please complete this YouTube poll? Is actually Angry Snowman here? Candor. Okay. What the fuck did I walk into? A coming out of the closet. It's men on. Hold on. Hold on. Let's do it. This is for Angry Snowman. Hi, I'm Midlife Bro Logic.
And I'm Gen X Jeff.
And you're watching Men on Film,
where we look at movies from a male point of view.
How was that? Was that good? Hold on. Let me get some claps for that.
I need a little silk scarf. That's the only thing I'm missing.
We're reviewing Baby Reindeer, like for real.
Yeah, you fucking rule! Rock and roll! Yeah.
So let's get back to this.
All right,
This woman. Just when this show couldn't get any crazier, he's being stalked by this big old fat beast, right? And he's like, "Oh, I'm dating." He's dating, and it's like when they introduce her. Lol. It seems like a hot chick.
She's about as pleasant to be around as she looks.
Yes. And come to find out, no, she has a freaking penis. Yes. And he's what they call, I know this term, a chaser, right? A chaser. He specifically went on a trans dating site to date trans.
And he created an entire identity. And remember, this is all based on a true story, supposedly. He created
allegedly
an entire fake identity to date her under, too.
And interestingly enough, this woman, when they first showed her, looked like a chick, right? You know, yeah, she had that weird voice, kind of. But I was like, wow.
I thought she was just an empowered woman of today at first.
Yeah, and then like the second scene after we found out she was trans, it's like, oh no, that's definitely a dude. And I think she's Mexican or something. She speaks English though. This there, she looks Mexican there. I mean, yeah, that's
And
girl. She passes.
This
Huh?
is a girl he fell in love with.
Yeah, fell in love with her. And the funny thing is this okay? This is what we need to talk about. I feel like this is the agenda, right? This is the agenda. They're trying to push it. They're trying to push, hey, straight guys, it's totally cool. Don't worry about that pee-pee. Just go ahead and date trans chicks.
You know
it's
what?
totally cool. It doesn't make you gay. That's what they're trying to say. What were you saying?
It's working. There's a whole Zarathustra Serpent has a whole video about our traps gay that talks about this very topic. But it's working. There are more and more guys that are seeing trans people. Just like in the movie, there was a whole dating site of guys that are willing to see past the pee-pee. He fell in love with her
Right.
as a woman.
Okay, so should we do a we could do a list right now, pros and cons of dating trans. Should I write it down? You ready for this? Pros.
Sure. I don't have anything to contribute, but go ahead.
If you're into anal sex, you probably come to the right spot, right? You know what I mean? Some girls aren't giving up the butt. I think all the trans do, right? Isn't that mandatory?
Oh, is that what it is? Like the butt sex?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
They can get that from the gay too. I guess it's like if you're gonna do the butt sex and you're straight, it's better to get it from somebody like this than a guy.
I mean, better from a waxed butt than from a hairy butt, right? I guess. You never get the period, never get pregnant, right? Probably horny like a dude, like all the time, right?
I would not know.
What else? I think that's it, right? Is there anything else good? I mean, maybe you could like hang out with her because she's a dude.
If there are people out
sports
there
or something,
would date a trans woman, would tell us about it.
I don't think anyone's going to admit to that. I don't think anyone's going to admit to that. But yeah, if there's any chasers out there,
times they are a changing. But then also, like, what does that say about the whole concept of male and female? Like that's the whole point. Is like gender is not what we think it is. It's more arbitrary than fixed.
I mean, can I at least go on the cons list, right? Right. The cons of dating a trans penis, right? Like that's an immediate no.
Right. That makes sense to me. I understand that.
That's an immediate no. Imagine if your trans girlfriend has a bigger dick than you. I mean, you're going to have to delete yourself at that point too. That would be like the worst thing.
If you were straight and you said you didn't want to date a trans woman because you have a penis, I would say that is perfect. That sounds so normal to me. That's what makes you straight.
I know, man. Show them this stream; they'll love it. Like, share, and subscribe, Cynthia. Please.
Can Cynthia come up?
Hold on, let's get through this. Let's get through this. Let's do a little more. Okay. Cons are penis. They probably stink like a freaking dude, right? Which is gross. Well, I mean, for me, it's gross, right? Like pheromones. Pheromones, I think, are real, dude. I don't know if they've been.
Yeah, there's definitely. I definitely pick them up on men, and I know they're on women. I just don't pick them up the same way.
Yeah, like it would stink like a dude, even if they cut off their bits and like, did all this stuff. It's I bet you stink like a dude. Promise. And it's gross. Okay, so there you have it. Pros and cons.
But I think ultimately the guys that are dating the trans women are able to see them as women. I think in their mind they're dating a woman.
So if you're on the fence and you're scared you may like trans, don't watch this because this is a lot of propaganda in this. It's a lot of programming. They're like, yo, it's totally cool. You're not gay.
On his real story, like his life, though.
Could be not. I don't trust anything nowadays. But you don't think it's propaganda? It's like, go bang trans. You're not gay. No, you are gay or something.
That's not. I didn't get that. Like propaganda would have to explicitly be pushing that message.
That's the thing. The fact that you don't get it makes it effective propaganda. Dude, but Jeff, you're like
specific thing.
Jeff, you're on that side, right? I mean, you ain't messing with these trans women, so this is not, But I'm telling you, this is propaganda. And let me finish this. It's more than one level that I saw. They're trying to push. It's cool. You're not gay. Date trans. It's great. And then also the other propaganda that you didn't even catch. Don't worry, I'm here. Everyone in this show was freaking nuts. Except for the trans.
I said that. She's the sanest one in the whole movie, and I don't even like her.
She's the sanest one, and everyone knows these trans people are the craziest. Come on. They're not normal. There's something, and it's okay to not be normal. But you can't tell me someone
propaganda. I just think of it as normalizing. He's just telling his story, and that's a normal part of his story. I wouldn't call that propaganda.
That's why it's propaganda. Yeah, and she was a therapist. Look at me. I'm trans. I got everything together. It's cool. I have a penis and I wear a dress and makeup. And nothing's wrong with me. I'm the most well-adjusted, intelligent person here. No, that's never the case, man. These trans people are nuts. They are.
No, I know that. Well, don't.
If you don't know if you're a girl or a boy, you're freaking nuts, man. And they're crazy and they shoot up places and they do all kinds of stuff. And they're violent. It's true. And they're hopped up on hormones. They can't even control themselves. And society's like, it's cool.
I want to take the opposite position, but it's getting harder and harder to.
Because I'm yelling and being a shitty host?
I don't want to fall for that kind of stereotype thinking that you're doing. But I think those stereotypes are built around a common experience with some trans people.
Say that again. I'm sorry. What? It sounded like a good take. I missed it.
I said that I don't want to agree with you, but I've had recent experiences and past experience with trans people that has me very much on the fence as to how much of a I don't want to fall into this stereotype thinking because that's what this sounds like it is. But at the same time, those stereotypes are often built around a common set of experiences. And that's also what this looks like. Me and the people I have talked to have had similar experiences with trans people.
So let me translate that to the normies in the back. He's agreeing with me, and he knows that trans people are nuts, and they are. They're jumping off the wall. They're always the one that's going to hit you.
No, I'm not 100% agreeing with you, but I am not ruling it out. I am. It is possible I will come to that position, but I think if I do, it's epistemologically a little sloppy on my part. I'm reluctant to embrace it as wholly as you are. You mean in the movie, Joe?
That's fair enough. But all I'm saying is, and look at this love lady. No, not that one. What's the other one she said? It's propaganda.
I think there are normal, well-adjusted trans people. I don't know what the ratio is, but I don't think you can, just like you can't judge every woman on how the 1,000 women before her acted. I don't think you can judge every trans person based on the 10 or 20 experiences you've currently had with trans people. Although the temptation to do that is there, and it gets increased each time. Yeah.
Look at this comment. Look at this comment right here. I don't think it's propaganda, but it's normalizing it. That's what I said. That's propaganda. That's propaganda.
Not propaganda, but normalizing it, which I don't have a problem with normalizing things. Like that's one of the things I try to look at me with the antlers. I try to normalize Satanism, autism. I normalized gay way back then when it wasn't normal, etc. So I think normalizing is fine. I think that's all this movie was trying to do. I don't think people that are not inclined to date trans people are suddenly going to be like mind controlled or programmed to start dating trans people. But it is moving that Overton window just a little bit for the guys that might kind of already kind of be toying with the idea. I think that's all you have to really worry about. Plus, with grown adults, who cares? It's their business who they want to have in their bedroom.
Well, if you talk to certain people, there's this whole thing going on, mind control, population control, all this. But listen, you can't control how people think and feel. And I have a perfect example for you, sir. let's talk about it. Women have hairy armpits. Unfortunately, that's a fact of nature. That's life, right? I don't know why. I do know why. I've been programmed and trained to be disgusted by it.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad
And
they
it
do.
works. And it works, right?
Because
when I see a woman with hairy armpits, it's freaking gross.
Even legs, even women that have hairy legs.
It's
But
gross.
that is because of the beauty standards and beauty norms I grew up with. But the same one with the cultures with the plates in their lips. I don't think that's attractive either, but I didn't grow up in that culture.
So much like a plate in your lip, much like cleanly waxed, shaven bikini, Brazil bikini wax or whatever, they are trying to program this. And when they first showed her, she looked like an attractive woman, right? They're trying to trick you.
Programming's a little dramatic.
Okay, well, we can agree to disagree on that. But there you have it. This is the most well-adjusted person, the trans one. Also, interestingly enough, there was a little bit of nudity in this. Did you catch the nudity, sir?
I think so. The pee-pee.
Did they show pee-pee? I don't remember that.
Oh. Was it the trans boobs? I think.
Yes.
Yes. In fact, I think it had more of an effect on Frank than y'all might realize, because you should see the movies he was putting in the queue after that.
Oh, I just missed whatever that was.
I
Frank
think
was
the movie
doing what?
unlocked something in us all.
Do you think it turned Frank into a chaser? Did it turn? I mean,
it's not that I hate the word; it's that people that use it, I think they're misusing the word. And for clearer communication, there's better ways to describe what it is they're talking about. Programming just sounds sensational and dramatic, but it's not actually what's happening.
Or let's just make sure we get this term. The term is called chaser, right? That's straight appearing dudes.
Oh, is it? It used to be used for gay men who chased after fat gay men, like bears, chubby chasers. Oh. And then when HIV was a thing, there were people that would deliberately try to get infected with HIV, and they were called bug chasers. So I guess the term shifted to a new group now that's chasing something else.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, let's not use that term because I'm not 100% sure on that. But this is programming. They're like, look at me. I'm so well.
It's a movie. If you see programming everywhere, then you are going to be programmed. You're going to program yourself.
How else would you program someone but through the most effective medium that exists in today, which is Hollywood? Hollywood.
Trying to tell a story. He's not trying to program your brain. My God, dude.
Let's look at this person's Instagram. What's the name? Nava
Mao. MAU.
Do they have Instagram? Here we go. Let's see. What do you think? You think they're going to bend over and show it? You think she is going to show us her butt like all these other normal women's? She is.
Yeah. I tell you, I'm a shadow worker. People face their deepest, darkest self around me.
This looks like, look at this. Here, there's some kind of sex thing. Ugh. And then.
Look at those tranny boobs. Wait, go back up. Frank. The one where she's on the beach. Blow that up. Look, Frank. For you.
Do you think that's trans?
I can't vouch what is that? I can't vouch for her. I don't know who that is. You can't, can you tell anymore at all?
Me?
Anybody.
The face is kind of big.
And that's part of the idea, I think, is to break or expand that paradigm.
Well, what about this? Is this trans too? Do trans hang out with trans?
Usually I can tell by the Adam's apple and the voice, and sometimes the jawline and the attitude a lot of times.
Are they having sex? What's going on here?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking you.
And you do. All I have is that photo.
I mean, what do you think? Oh, Jesus. Is that a dude? Tell me.
I don't know. It could be. There are some that pass that well.
Let's find out who this person is. Let's find out. Do they have a name? Is this it? Sophia?
I'm not a trans expert. I don't know why you asking me all this.
I mean, because we just lump you all together in the Rainbow Coalition and just.
But I'm not. That's a mistake. We're like the old dinosaurs in the. They might as well have us in the. We're like out to pasture. The old gays. It's not even called gay anymore. Every time you hear people now talk about, they call it the queer community. You hardly ever hear gay community anymore. We are like a thing of the past. We should be in a museum.
Is this a dude?
I don't know.
I don't even want to find out. Let's stop. Let's get out of here. So
I feel like this is a rabbit hole.
Yeah, we're in the trans rabbit hole. Is that like Frida with the thing? Okay, so interestingly, yes, there is nudity in this, but it's only trans boob. And you're going to sit here and tell me that's not programming, please stop it.
What's programming about? All of a sudden, perfectly normal guys are going to start getting off their couch and going out to find trans people to sleep with?
That's what they're trying to do, man. Just like I was programmed to not like armpit hair and hairy legs.
Okay, so you mean like shifting the beauty standard? That's not programming.
Yes, it is. It's programming me.
Oh my God,
to reject hairy armpits.
I want to call it programming. I can go with that for tonight for the stream.
Okay, thanks. I mean, this is definitely trans right here. This is
changing beauty standards.
This is
which they've been doing since the 60s, at least 60s and early 70s. None of this is new.
Okay, so I guess
those beauty standards would have taken by now.
Jeff wants to call it something different, and that's fine. But you know where I stand. Chuck likes hairy women, so if there's any hairy women out there, or women at least willing to grow their armpit hair,
precision and accuracy to the conversation.
What?
What'd
you say?
I said I was just trying to bring a little precision and accuracy to the conversation.
Okay, thank you.
We can go with programming.
So after this happened, he met this woman, and then, but like people could tell that she was a dude, right? And he was like shy or something. Was that what was going on? Like he didn't want to kiss her on the train because people were looking at him like, "Oh my God!"
He had this whole fake identity going on. He didn't even want her to know who he really was or anything about his real life. And then at some point, he let her in on all of that, and she took him back.
Well, and I guess she was stupid
for
that.
He definitely
right?
called the shots in that relationship, and she had
Who did?
Her.
She didn't have all the power. I mean, I think trans women have more barriers to love than even straight people. Yes.
Why?
What do you think?
What barriers to love? Isn't love individual? Like that's between the two people that fall in love. What would the barrier be? That it's already
the barrier is
enough as it is. The barrier is just finding the other person.
Oh my God! Are we going to live in this fake world, Jeff? Stop it! Stop it!
This is something I actually have experience with. So go ahead and tell me about your love.
What kind of a dude is going to be like, "Hey, mom, here's my new girlfriend"?
In today's world,
yeah, it's not cool.
It's happening in today's world. It's getting more and more normal. You just have to get used to it.
But I'm just saying, trans women, I'm guessing, probably have a harder go at it.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's what I'm saying.
Dating pool. Like 99% of straight people are not going to want anything to do with them, and 99% of gay people are not going to want anything to do with them. They're working in this very, very tiny little niche.
So they got to kind of take what they can get, which is like this crazy.
Like the Baby Reindeers.
Yeah, Baby Reindeer kind of weirdo.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, maybe they find healthy people. I don't judge any individual's relationship. Anybody's relationship could be potentially healthy.
But you're like denying reality here. I'm saying, pretend you're a trans woman, and pretend you in your weird brain think you're a real woman, which you're not. You're a trans woman.
But I would know that. I wouldn't be deluded into I would know I had a physical male body. And there were limits to how far I could take my identification as a woman.
But when you You and me really don't know that because we're not trans women. So it's kind of a stretch to even say how you'd feel if you were someone else. You don't. You're just guessing.
I mean, I know I have a penis. I can't imagine myself into a transport to the point where I suddenly don't think I have a penis. I don't even think they're doing that.
But
we all gonna be trans after this is over. Is it?
People say her penis nowadays, and they're not talking about their boyfriend's penis.
Right,
they're
that's
talking
what
about the penis attached to their body. It's insane.
Penis.
Lady penis. It's
Yes.
insane. This is like a real term that unfortunately I have to live with.
That is a term they were trying to normalize.
But I'm just saying, it must be hard to be a trans woman when you're looking for love.
It's hard to be anybody. Like they don't have.
It's
any
harder. Oh my god! Yes or no? Is it harder
because
for
of the
trans
size
women?
of their dating pool? Yeah, it's harder
okay.
to find. But it's hard for gay people. It was hard for gay people to find other guys because we were only a small portion of the population. That's the breaks. That's what nature stuck you with. Work with what you have. What are you gonna do about it? It's nobody's fault.
Well, I think they're programming trans people, but that's a whole other episode. But okay, so let's just move forward.
People that would normally not be attracted to a trans person would suddenly start finding it attractive.
It's just like the armpit hair, man. They're trying to do it. I think they're telling these kids, like, why is it all of a sudden all these kids are like just down with Doo-Doo Brown and doing all kinds of crazy shit
Cynthia
now?
wants to come up bad and talk about
Okay, all right, Cynthia. This is for Cynthia only.
We still haven't gotten to the core.
Apparently, Cynthia has a great take. Cynthia, here you go. Cynthia only, people. Is she going to cam up? I hope so.
Lou, there is an agenda in one segment of it of the queer theorists. It started in academia. There's some academic writings. That's one place that I do see a specifically laid out agenda. The drag queen that started Drag Queen Story Hour also has a academic paper she wrote with another academic, laying out a specific agenda to queer education.
All right. Just for the record, you can obviously think however you think, but the Midlife Bro Logic News Network is strongly against drag time story hour for kids. Just putting that out there.
If they can't keep it. They can't keep the sex out of it. If it could be drag time story hour for kids, but they can't seem to keep it that way. So therefore, I now have a problem with it. They're not being responsible.
It's an immediate no. It's an immediate no. No, I mean for me, but whatever you think there, that's fine. Listen, okay. So I guess while we wait for Cynthia, we'll move forward to the next part. Of course, they go back in time. They show him he is a stand-up comedian, which of course is an interesting life. Right?
Yeah, we're going back to the root of his dysfunction, which I don't think is the ultimate root. I think we have to.
Yeah, me neither.
But the movie doesn't take us there. Maybe that's season 2.
Is there a season 2?
No, I'm just.
Oh God, I wish. That's like.
I mean, what would he do? He'd have to take another part of his life and dramatize. And I don't think the story started with that guy because that guy was picking up on something already, some kind of damage already there.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I like that. Okay. So, so we went back in time. He's a struggling comedian. Oh, here we go. Let's welcome to the stage. Oh, and she even came dressed appropriately. This is great. I know this is men on film, but two men and a chick. Can we call her a? Please forgive me if I'm being rude. A hag? Do we say that or not? Well,
2 fags and a hag.
Can we say that?
I did. 2 gays and a Mexican.
All right, here we go. Guess who it is, B? What's up, Cynthia?
Look at you.
Yeah, you fucking rule! Rock and roll! Yeah!
Cynthia, you're looking,
guys.
you're looking great. Your set's great. Your camera's great. Your thing on your head is great. You don't disappoint. Welcome to the Midlife Bro Logic News Network.
I've been
so happy to have you.
I've been excited. My computer's over here, so if I'm looking over here, I'm excited to talk about this because y'all are missing a couple of good topics, and
Well, we didn't even get to the big one yet.
yeah, and how you're calling women evil, and then you have to have someone in the bar, and then your views on ugly people is bizarre.
Me or him?
No, midlife, and then the
Oh.
trans woman agenda. Like, y'all are totally wrong about the trans woman agenda, I believe.
Wait, what are we wrong about? I just didn't like her. I didn't like her person. I didn't find her pleasant to be around at all. I found her bitchy and abrasive.
Well, let's talk about the big subject that y'all want to talk about.
Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna go grab a refill. So if there's anything you want to touch on from the beginning, I'll be right back, and then we can
Okay, well,
get to the big subject.
I'll cook with. You want to talk about your views on ugly people?
Sure.
Or do you talk about
Yeah.
the trans woman? Which one do you want to talk about most?
Let's talk about ugly people. I love to talk about ugly people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so it was really.
I have nothing to say on this topic, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Can y'all hear me? Am I good on the mic?
You sound great, but there's like something.
My chair.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So
It's like.
yeah, when I move, it's getting old. So
Okay.
it's interesting how you view ugly people and you're placing their value on them. And you're even saying you don't like people that are too pretty, which
No.
is kind of
Hold on. Let me clarify.
okay.
Okay.
And I'm also at work, so if you hear me typing, okay.
Okay. So when I see, listen, beautiful people are beautiful. They're wonderful, right? We all should aspire to be like them because they are beautiful, and we should do our best to achieve that goal. Absolutely. I'm not afraid to admit that, right? And oftentimes we fall short. But I'm 47, and in my life, I've seen people that, pretty privilege is real.
Okay. I can
And good-looking people get pushed to the front because of their looks. And also with those good looks, just their whole life, they know like they're treated differently, and it gives them confidence. So sometimes maybe they are better suited for certain jobs because they have confidence. Because when you look at, because beautiful people get treated better. You can, and that's a fact, whether you like it or not.
Well,
That's
up to a point.
Hold up. And but when I have to do business or buy, like pretend I have to buy a car, I just don't want a good-looking person to sell it to me, because especially a woman, especially, right? Because I don't want to be tricked, because they know they have this power difference or whatever. And they'll be like a little bit flirty. It's like, oh, I'm not flirting, I'm just perfect. No, they kind of are. And they try to like it. There's something there. But if someone is ugly, right? Like in movies, I can't stand when you watch a movie and every single person looks like a freaking model, right?
Yeah, you said
that's
that.
not reality. It's like, can we have some ugly people in this?
Yeah, you watch Dogfight.
So
I
yeah,
can't stand it.
yeah.
So can we just have some? When I see an ugly person who has achieved something in their lives, I immediately respect them more.
Oh, well, you're gonna
because I know they got to where they got through hard work, talent, and dedication. They didn't just swing on by with their looks. Like I look at Gavin Newsom, governor of California, no homo, pretty good looking guy, great hair. I wonder if he would have gotten as far in life if he was ugly. And I would guess that he would not. So it's just kind of what I'm saying. I'm not hating on ugly people.
Yeah, well, it kind of sounds like you're insecure. And I say that in a respectful way.
That's fine. No, speak the truth.
It's subjective. Like, in my opinion, all women are beautiful. No matter what you look like, no matter your shape.
Stop.
What about that
girl?
That's not true.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
That's not true. And so to even judge somebody on their appearance is superficial. And you can sit here and say, yes, beautiful women and beautiful people, they get pushed ahead. They're trophies. Do you know the horrors that happen to beautiful people? For example, Diddy's girlfriend, the most beautiful lady, and we just saw her get slapped around and dragged down a hall. Just today, I was watching a show, and it was about a beautiful woman that was being stalked. And someone said, well, she was beautiful, so that's going to happen. So don't think that because you're beautiful, life is better. There's no problems. With that beauty comes more dirty things, dark things, people that want you. You're now a trophy. You're not even valued. Like you just say, based off of their looks, they're already judged off of not the color of their skin, not their education, just their appearance that they have no control over. And that's unfortunate that we can, well, they're beautiful. That doesn't mean nothing. That means absolutely nothing.
Let me respond to this, please. So much like it's good that you said that, and I'm not in disagreement with you. Oftentimes you hear it, but more oftentimes it takes the form of, oh, they're rich. They never have, their lives are just so they're so perfect. Look at the Prince of England or whatever, those people. Oh, what did they ever have to do in life? And it's like, just because you're rich, they still struggle. Maybe they struggle in a different way. But you think it's easy being the Prince of England or the King of England or whatever? No, it's freaking hard. Just because you're rich people struggle too. Beautiful people struggle too. Yes. But for me, is it just crazy of me? But when I see, like, if you look at old bands from the 80s and before, they make great music. Some of those dudes are like ugly and they make great music. Look at freaking Hall and Oates. Look at that Oates guy. So ugly, right? Look at all these bands.
Was confidence. That was confidence and swag. And
talent. But nowadays you'll never see an ugly, famous musician ever again.
Jay-Z is ugly.
Jay-Z is 50, so you won't see
young guy that did the like farmers.
Little Nas X ain't no prize to look at.
Little Nas X is a good-looking man. He is.
But who's the guy with the little demon guy? What's it? Oh, come on, not Little Nas X.
Smith, Shepherd.
I couldn't resist. Dennison, welcome to the show.
Yeah, you fucking rule. Rock and roll. Yeah.
Okay,
Hey,
so
Cynthia, I get, and respectfully, I feel like you are like Gen X Jeff. There's no nice way of saying this, and I hope you don't like ban me for life or whatever. But I think you're lying. I think both of you are lying to yourselves. You can't sit here and tell me like who is the hottest guy alive, Miss Cynthia?
What are we lying about?
The hottest guy alive.
Why are you putting me with her?
Who knows?
I see a similarity there. Who's the hottest man alive, Cynthia?
You know what? The hottest guy alive. I think he's hot to look at. I would stare at him all day, but I would never let him enter my temple. If you catch my drift, and it would be Jason Momoa.
Okay, so imagine say that if I walk into a room.
Mm-hmm.
Or I pull up to a bar, hey, can I buy you a drink?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to feel the same way as if I do it?
Yeah.
As if Jason Momoa does it?
Coke. Yeah. Lies.
Okay.
You guys are insecure.
Now, Jeff.
Dishonest conversation. Please.
I don't know how I could drug in any of this.
Listen,
I don't know. He said you were lying about it too. I don't know.
No. When in my younger years, I was kind of always comparing myself to other people, but it wasn't necessarily on the looks. It was on what they had and how they dressed. And I was talking to one of my older friends about it. And she was actually in her 70s when I was speaking to her. And she told me, she was like, never look at them. Just directly look in their eyes. And she was like, if you never look at them, you'll never feel the need to compare yourself. Just see them. So I wonder if when you look at people and you see their beauty and you're put off by their beauty, do you even see them, or have you already prejudged them? And maybe that's how come I can see all people as beautiful. I can see as somebody, if a man buys me a drink, and that's flattering. Of course, it's going to be a little bit different with Jason Momoa, but it's still
now she admits it's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a movie star versus somebody else. But I would be just as excited if I ran into Jeff and had drinks with him as well.
No, you wouldn't.
So-
What if it wasn't a
you
movie
wouldn't.
star? What if it was the guy
I
who
think she would
looked
pick Jason
like
over me.
he looked just like Jason Momoa, but let's say that one thing was about him was different, so it was obvious it
He was a
wasn't
bus
Jason.
driver.
Yeah, exactly. You're riding the bus.
Oh
Good one, Jeff. The bus driver looks exactly like Jason Momoa,
my
and
God.
as you're getting off the bus, he asks you out for drinks.
That's the best. When it's the
And I'm
duplicate.
standing at the bus stop, and you're looking at him as he's driving
it
away. He
you,
doesn't even know it's me.
It's
That's more realistic.
Do I
Yes.
know it's you, Jeff? Oh, I'm hanging out
Not
with
if, not if the bus driver looks like Jason Momoa.
She doesn't even know who she is if the bus driver looks like Jason Momoa.
I'm still hanging out with you, Jeff.
Look at this comment. Look at this comment. Love Lady 5000. She probably got a man who cares about her deeply. And she just knows who Jason Momoa is with and about, like at all times. Like she's got this man on her mind.
I bet she knows her
right?
No,
measurements.
Frank, they're doing their usual circling around the topic like we saw earlier today, I'm sure. I'm going to go get some more coffee and see if it gets back to the movie when I get back.
Is this an open panel? I guess it is an open panel now. Yeah, we'll do open panel, but
We
we have
need
to
to talk about
we-
the trans woman because I kind of dealt with this just recently in my real life. And
okay, yeah, go ahead. Let's talk about it.
so I just went to go visit my grandchildren, and they're 7, 8, and 9, and the 2-year-old, but the 7, 8, and 9-year-old are girls. And their next door neighbor came over, who was a 5-year-old boy and a 8-year-old girl. And the 8-year-old girl had blonde hair that was like to here, and then from the rest of it was green, and it matched her mom's haircut and style, the color. And then also the little 5-year-old boy, he had like that G.I. Jane Buzz haircut, and he was in a dress. At 5 years old, he already identifies himself as a little girl, which was, I thought at first I was taken back, like, what? What is going on? But I had to realize it's a different world. It's a different time. And I can stay in like, there is just no way, and this shouldn't be happening. And I can create a bigger division between myself and the time. Or I could be like, okay, well,
That's a trans.
gender roles need to be switched.
Okay, so you're like, it's so cool. Wow, look, this 5-year-old is a girl. It's totally
No,
cool.
I'm
Like,
saying
you're down
I'm
with
not
that?
gonna be judgmental about it.
You should be judgmental. What if it was? I don't want to talk about your grandchildren, so I'm just going to.
Is that a trans?
Yes.
Yes.
This person was in the movie,
That's
and
the
the only. So here's the programming.
He's got a big fat ass.
Here's the programming. I mean, would you? Are you into this, Dennison? Are you a? Yo, shot. Hold on, we got another very special guest in the back.
Well, he's
Speak easy. Welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah, you fucking rule! Rock and roll! Yeah!
It's an honor and pleasure to have you here, sir. Have you seen Baby Reindeer, the series on Netflix?
No, I haven't.
Oh God. Well,
Or you
I heard some of the topics you were talking about, so I was interested.
absolutely. Well, then let's just talk about trans, because let's face it. I mean, who doesn't want to talk about trans? We got trans women in sports. We got my idol, Bruce Jenner. Everyone told me as a kid, you should be like Bruce Jenner. Eat Wheaties, work out, stop being so fat, and you can succeed like Bruce Jenner. Look how masculine he is. He won the decathlon. He's rocking up with the Hoochie Daddy shorts. And now, 40 years later, he's tucking and rolling or snipping and snapping. And all of a sudden, call me Caitlin. I mean, it's a crazy mixed-up world we're living in. This is on the screen here. Tell me what you want to say there, Speakeasy. Take it away, sir.
Well, okay, so I heard someone talking about we should have gender roles switched, and that's
I misspoke. Not necessarily switch, peeled back. Like we can't just classify, because when I was at my son's house, my granddaughters were painting their nails, and he was like, "Can you paint my nails too?" And my little 7-year-old was like, no, boys don't get their nails painted. And we're like, no, it's okay. Some boys do, some boys are going to start getting their nails painted. Like,
wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Let me interrupt. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I feel really uncomfortable talking about your grandchildren here, but did you just say that your grandson is painting his nails?
It's like you didn't even hear the story when I first told it. My granddaughters and their next door neighbor, a 5-year-old boy.
Yeah, next door neighbor is fine, but this is like your family, right?
They're all girls. I said granddaughters. The 7, 8, and 9-year-old are girls.
Do you think this is? Do you think that is happening naturally, or did you think the granddaughters in that situation said, "Oh, some boys get their nails painted because they were taught"?
No, they're the ones that said, "No, boys don't get their nails painted." And the moms, their mom and the neighbors' moms were like, "Shh, don't say that to him."
Right. So this is taught, right?
Right. Absolutely. That's what I was saying. The gender roles are now coming. We have to peel them.
Do you think it's a positive thing to teach this or a negative?
I think it's a thing that's here, and my views of it being positive or negative are indifferent. And I'm looking at it am I going to still stay connected with my grandkids and put them in a situation where, yeah, maybe some boys do paint their nails. How does that make you feel? And engage in conversation versus boys shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't be doing that to nobody, and creating the confusion with them. My main concern is my connection with my family. Do I like it? Of course not. Am I going to feel some type of way if my grandson pops out in a dress? Of course I am. But is it going to make me love them less? No. But the way I react could put a barrier up that I'm not trying to do.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would expect you to love them less. But I think giving the guidance is super important, right? Like, kids, you can make a kid believe anything, right? Like, I could have, if I was to teach a kid and we had all of society telling kids that unicorns are real, we just have to find them, right? Like, they're real. We just have to find them. They're out there, right? If we had all of society teaching this, all of kids would eventually turn into adults that believed unicorns were fucking real, right?
Right.
Like,
well,
we need to
put a 5-year-old
in
front of them. But I can put a 5-year-old dress in front of them. That's attainable. A unicorn is just a fairy tale. So it's different if I believe in
right. But do you think in general that most when they grow up in social interactions with other, say, a boy, right? So with other boys, and then when they grow older, their relationships, do you think that the majority of women are going to be attracted to this boy in dress, or the majority of men are going to want to hang out and do the things that the boy in dress wants to do?
Obviously, why would a girl be attracted to a man in a dress? Like, attracted as in a partner, or attracted as in a friend?
Right.
Why would a girl be attracted to a man in a dress as a partner?
Right. And do you think that that's my point, right? That's my point. Right. And do you think in the majority of people are heterosexual, or what people are calling trans?
I think the majority of people identify with how they identify. How can I tell a majority of people are heterosexual? How can I say a majority of people are homosexual? How can
we know.
Are heterosexual. I don't know. I don't know what Jeff does in his bedroom. I don't know what Steve does in his bedroom. No, we don't know.
Information out there to
That's arrogant to kind of think that we know what everybody does in their bedroom.
I didn't say everybody. I said majority. Majority of people are heterosexual.
I know gay people. I know bi people.
Yeah, I know this too.
I'm
not saying there's no gay people. I'm not saying that.
I can't say a majority when I know a variety. And the fact that we're trying to narrow it down to we're the majority, we're the more, is kind of that same attitude that is causing a bigger division.
No, I think actually telling everybody that we're so individualistic is the problem, right? Telling everybody there's no similarities between men and there's no similarities between women, and all women and men can be exactly the same. This is actually the issue.
Oh,
Right?
that is completely an issue. That is absolutely. Men and women aren't the same. We don't process this things the same. We don't take in information the same. We're not the same.
Right.
I agree.
But that's the thing is, we know though a majority of people are heterosexual. Like we wouldn't have got this far in society if that wasn't the case, right?
I can't say that. I can't.
That's pretty much accepted.
Well, how would we have had children?
There
if
has been
majority of people were
homosexuality
gay?
since the beginning of time.
No, but
So
I'm
you think
saying
most
if the
people are gay?
majority of people were gay, how would we have how would our population be rising the way it is?
The people
Gay
that are
people can't impregnate each other, right?
right, but
Right.
Now.
I mean, like my son has 6 kids, so I'm sure he took up for a couple of other people. Like it, regardless of how we feel about someone's sexuality, I don't understand what someone's sexuality matters.
He's just saying
Right.
that
It's not that sexuality matters, but I think we need to keep sexuality away from children.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so like trying to teach children, like, yeah, some boys like wearing nails and some boys like boys and all that, like
Okay,
doing
so
all this, like putting things like
when I have
we
them,
should let them be children and teach them the things they need to
so when
develop
the little
their brain
boys
and
in your house, I should just
cortex
ignore
to
it.
make
Can't
their
hear
own
either
brain.
one of you.
I should ignore it, and then I should be like, you know what? That's wrong. That's wrong. That's what I should do.
Yeah, you should just no. It's not even ignore it and say it's wrong. In that situation that you described to me, I would say, boys don't wear nail polish. What are you talking about here? And I'd go put some little things on his face right here and be like, now you're part of the army. Let's go. Let's go. He's so excited about that because that's what boys like. That's what boys like. I would engage with him and not make it a way to shame him or put him down and say he's little or this. No, I would guide him like I would if he was going to go put his hand on a hot stove. I would guide my son to do the right things as I was guiding my
allow
daughter.
a stranger to guide your child when they came up there and did something that they didn't agree with and maybe you were okay with. Would you allow
If my son was going to be gay, that's going to happen when he's an adult, and that's fine. That's fine. As an adult, I'm not going to hate my son after, right? But I'm going to guide him to be a man.
Okay.
it's gonna happen when he hits puberty, though.
Okay, so let's say y'all are at a baseball game.
I don't
Right.
think talking to kids about like the sexuality of adults is a very productive thing to do.
Right. So let's say you're at a game, okay, and your son is there, and you're like, you're going to be a man until you're 18-year-olds, and your son's like, but you know what? I don't want to play this football game. I want to go home and play with my Barbies. And you're like, no, you're not going to even talk like that. But somebody in the stands is like, you know what? It's okay that you play with Barbies. It's okay that you play with Barbies. You should be able to play with Barbies. When you get home, you're going to get to play with your Barbies. Does that person have the right to say that and to guide your son?
No. Why would I? Do you think adults have any? Do you think any adult?
Why would I do that to a 5-year-old kid that's not my child?
Pardon?
Why would I do that to a 5-year-old neighbor's kid that's not my child?
Right. Why would you intervene?
Why would I tell him, no, boys don't get their nails done and lead him away? Why would I do that?
Wait, your question changed now. What?
Right. You asked me when he came up and said, hey, you get your nails done, boy, and I should have responded with, no, boys don't get their nails done, and put a sticker on his face and guided him away. And I'm asking, what right do I have to do that? So I presented the scenario of, let's say you're with your son and your son's talking about something that he's confident, he wants to play with Barbies, and a complete stranger supports that. Does that stranger have the right to intervene and dictate your child, the parenting of your child? You said no. I compared it back to, do I have the right to dictate the parenting of another person's child? No, I don't.
Okay.
So I have two choices. I can either be the big bad grandma that makes the child feel, oh, I don't know, I'm confused now. And or instead be like, look, you know what? Some boys do get their nails. Not all boys. I'm not saying every man's now gay. I'm just saying some, because at the end of the day, whether we like the trans, whether we agree with the LGBTQ elemental P community, it's here. And
Okay, so
we're not engaged with it.
you misunderstood what I was saying, right? Like, I didn't say I would make the kid feel weird. Again, do you think in that situation, if someone would have just stood up and said, "Hey, yo," had a soccer ball nearby, "Hey, come, let's go kick the ball in the backyard," you think he would have just forgot about the nail polish instantly and went and played soccer with whatever adult wanted to play with him?
Not if he wanted to paint his nails and didn't like
Yeah,
soccer.
no. There are little boys playing cars.
Wow,
And
man.
the
I
girls
don't think you guys understand how easily kids are distracted. That
know how I
made
was.
Yeah.
So you think a kid, you think a little boy would rather have his nails painted with the girls than go out and play
Based on
soccer?
how much he preferred that and being with the girl, because it's not just about
Yeah,
the nails.
you heard me say he
Time
was
with
in
the
a
girl.
dress. And this
And
whole
especially if he really is trans, he's definitely going to want.
well, if he identifies as that, and the whole time there are boys there playing. They're playing with the new truck that I just brought with the racetrack, and the girls are playing grocery store. And he played grocery store, and he did everything they did. And the girls didn't say, "Hey, come on, come on." He just fell
The
in love.
boys and the girls all played.
Was there any boys around at all, or was it just girls?
I just said, yeah, there were boys. It's like I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna speak slower.
Well, you're kind of all over the place. That's what's
The
going
boys
on.
were there playing with the truck that I brought that fell out into a racetrack. The girls were playing grocery store with the scanner and everything.
Mm.
He fell in line and played in the grocery store. He never engaged in the trucks. 5 years old, it's his nature. Okay, we can add a second level. He's also
okay. So I mean,
he's also on the spectrum.
Given I believe this, I don't think this means anything. And again, I don't think there's nothing wrong with saying, boys don't get their nails painted. What the heck? You know, like if a man was around, I'm sure this might have happened this way. And also there's been studies where they put boys and girls into a room. One side of the room has toy trucks, Legos, all the type of stuff that usually boys are into. The other side has play, costumes, kitchens, all this type of stuff. Almost 99% of the time, the boys go towards the side with the Legos and everything, and the girls go towards the side. And it's not put into these kids' heads. These are very young kids at very young ages they did these studies on. So I mean, again, I'm talking about majority. The majority of people, this is how it is.
But what if that kid's not the majority? So telling him guys don't paint their nails won't mean anything to him. It's just misleading him about his future.
If he wanted to be, if the son, grandson, whatever people, kids in this situation wanted to be a mermaid, and they wanted to sleep in the bathtub with water at night, right? They really wanted this. Do you think it was a good idea to let them sleep?
I don't know. I think it was probably not, but
you're missing. This is somebody else's kid. This isn't
painting nails to me
family member. This is another family. How can I dictate how another parent parents their child? All right. What am I going to say? Sorry, your kids can't come over here anymore because we don't like the lifestyle you're promoting.
I thought it was your family. That's
no. That's why I keep saying.
Well, you said grandchild, so I thought that's your grandchild. That's my bad.
No. I'm saying a 5-year-old came over to my granddaughter's house in his dress that fit him, that he liked wearing, that he twirled in, and he played with the girls. I have a choice. I can make a big deal out of it with my grandkids, or I can have conversations and understand that this is now the reality of kids.
Can I ask you a question? This boy, are they raised in a predominantly female home?
Nope, there's a mother and a father. He is on the spectrum, if we want to add that in. And when I say that, he's in food therapy. He's a small guy by nature.
Well,
So-
there is a big connection to this.
So he had to, he goes to a Montessori.
And autism
So-
is actually a big connect
Yeah,
here. actually.
so again, it's here. Whether we say this was nature, whether we say this is nurture, whether we say this is the hormones, it's here. And
It's queer. It's queer.
What do you mean it's here though? What do you mean by it's here though? Like, I think
It's
just
separation from the other
everything as is, and like this is where we get into this like really bad place of like, you know, trying to give kids puberty blockers and shit like this. Like,
Or my
this is-
deity.
like, we're going down a dark path.
I agree.
So like this is why, again, when it comes to kids need to be
I'm not
kids.
very good at
Kids
this.
believe in Santa as well. You understand that, right?
I agree. But not every
Oh, shit, Jeff, your
this
boss is here.
a young mom. Like my son's 34. So this is a young 30-year-old mom. These younger parents are parenting different.
Satan, what was your influence on Baby Reindeer? How much did you have in that plot?
Oh, I got to pick out the fat chick, man. It was a lot of fun. You know, I rolled her around. I basically got to take her clothes off. I examined her up close and personal, and I made a lot of muffin tops on her. A little extra muffin toppy. I made her.
This is the trans we're talking about here.
No, the chunky chick.
No, what we're looking at this is a trans, and on this show, like I said,
Satan had nothing to
programming.
do with this. This is the new norm.
They
This is
they
all
made,
human.
Okay,
all
so
other stuff.
are we going to talk about the big scene?
Yes.
I'm beginning to wonder. I might have to do a stream on it myself later tonight or tomorrow on the show.
are you leaving me already?
It is definitely a topic that people seem there's a lot of resistance around.
Jeff, can we
Yeah,
do
if
it?
you don't want to get your channel demonetized or taken down, it's probably not a good topic to get into because a lot of people get it.
No, Jeff,
Well,
we can do,
we're talking about a Netflix series that.
yeah, we can do it another time. But
wanna come at
I
me
do
for that.
want to bring, because I do believe that scene does correlate
Let's
with
bring
the
it to you.
Oh,
transgender.
big scene. I thought you said something else. Sorry.
Oh.
What? Put it in the. I don't know what you thought he said, but please put it in the private chat. I'm dying to know what it was. Listen, so we're gonna get back on track. But Satan is here. Satan, thank you so much for joining us. You picked the fat girl. You know, honestly, she's pretty cute in the face. I feel like you guys made her more ugly on the movie on purpose. She is cute in the face.
You
No.
do know that there's a group of men that like big women, right?
Yeah.
I'm
What are
not
you
too sure
asking?
of that, honestly. I think they.
No,
I
there
think,
is. So
I think they trained themselves to just be okay.
Do they though?
they program.
Yeah, do they?
Well, why don't you program yourself? and
That's
give it
such
the
a lack of
program? You'll expand
imagination,
your
Barney.
options.
Look at all those men that actually like.
You like midgets, Barney.
Just say it.
Don't listen. Barney is being deliberately obtuse. He likes midgets. Don't let him fool you.
Listen, hold on. Let's
Wrong
look at
with
her.
midgets?
I didn't say there's
midgets.
anything
They have
wrong with
metal
midgets.
testicles.
I would just say that it is definitely outside of what's considered normal.
Oh,
Look, this woman is cute in the face, like it or not.
She's
She
not.
lost 150 pounds. She'd be a complete smoke show, and that's
If
a fact.
she lost 150 pounds, she'd be a 6,
So,
maybe a
haven't you heard that
5.5.
saying, it's more cushion for the pushing.
This is too much cushion.
That's too
lost
much.
150 pounds.
There's such a
300.
thing as too much.
Why?
Cynthia. That's too much.
That's a cultural thing. That's a cultural thing.
No,
That's
that's
not a
like-
cultural thing.
Yes, it is.
That is
I
a
didn't say
structural
white
thing.
thick, not.
It's really a white thing.
There's a difference between thick and fat, right?
Nope.
Hold on. There is actually. I hate to break it to you, but there is an actual try. This show is just freaking off the rails. But let's just go there. I hate to side with women, right? Let's face it. I hate to do that. Maybe you call me misogynist or call me whatever you want, but there is
You're not siding with women.
I'm siding with Cynthia on this one.
That's not siding with women.
No, there is a tribe in Africa where they want
you and Cynthia agree on something. That is not siding with all women.
You know why they want the fat women?
Oh, here's one where they're like fat men. This isn't the same thing.
In Africa, it's a sign of wealth to be overweight.
Hold on.
It means they eat a lot. That means they can probably have a kid for you.
This one they like fat men.
No, obesity is a complication for pregnancy.
Y'all are the worst.
Yeah, because those men get to eat.
Are there cranks now? Hold on. Well, let's get rid of that. I think
they don't have muscle, so they can only build fat with what they eat.
What age range are you guys in?
I thought you were getting back on track.
Are y'all in the 30s or the 20s?
Farther off track than the previous
or be it for me to tell someone else how to run their panel.
Listen, I was trying to get on track, but I like this tribe. They actually like fat women, and they
fat women or fat men.
I'm gonna hit you in Discord.
There's two different tribes.
Where working came from.
There's one tribe that likes fat people, though. This is still an outlier, right? Like this.
Yes, definitely an outlier. Definitely an outlier. Wedding.
Norms change all the time. Like in the olden days, weren't all the monarchs fat? Like it was considered a sign of wealth.
Here it is. Check this out. They're forced to be fat. I had this like dream to. I have a lot of crazy dreams, right? But I thought like, wow, if we could get all these fat chicks who really want love and are willing to give up the Western style of life, just come here, because and I've watched this documentary, and when they interview the men, the dude straight up says, "It's my dream in life to have a fat wife like this." He wants, and I'm not kidding. Check it out. This is called the
I've seen this before.
Tania, like. He really wants a fat wife, and when they have these arranged marriages, the families sit down and they're like, "I promise you, she will be fat on the wedding day." And then what they do is the grandmother here, they like a veal, like a baby cow. They put her in a tent, and they're like the nomadic tribe. They live in tents, and they force feed them this, and they don't let them exercise. And like every hour, if she doesn't eat, she literally gets whooped with a stick, like for real. And she's force fed, and it's just like it's insane. Where is it? Come on. And she's like miserable, and she's just like bloated. I mean, where is it? I don't know. Just trust me. Just look it up. It's a great document. There it is. And they have to eat that stuff. Ugh. It'd be different.
Arranged marriage?
Of course. Of course.
No. Yeah, but you're judging it from outside that culture. It's normal for that culture.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. It's just one of. It's just one of those things.
Cultures at all, Jeff?
He was the onomatopoeias.
Jeff, do you think it's bad? Do you think it's bad to judge every other culture, or is there some cultures that we probably should judge?
Well, I judge all the time. People, cultures, whatever. I'm just not in the way he was doing.
Well,
this is where I disagree with Doug. I think he judges it, but he's scared to admit it.
So in the opening scene of Baby Reindeer, the first thing he said when she walked into the bar is, there's a certain type of arrogance you have to be to look at somebody and feel pity on them. And that was a powerful statement. You tend to judge a lot, midlife. Do you think that you're judging from an arrogant place or an insecure place?
I think it's from that's a great question, actually. Where am I judging from? Maybe insecure, unfortunately, right? I wish it was arrogance, but let me try to be honest about it, right? Like when I see
do you guys judge based off
one often mask the other anyway?
What'd you say?
Do you guys judge based off your morals?
I judge based off of aesthetics mostly, unless it's an act. Like very rarely do I have to judge somebody's actions or behavior. So usually it's aesthetic, like how appealing the way they live their life is to me or not, on an aesthetic basis.
Right. So like if they're doing something that's immoral to you, wouldn't you judge them?
Depends on what it was. If they were trafficking children, yeah, I would judge them very harshly. If they were like shooting up meth, like they were my neighbors shooting up meth, I would probably not think about them at all as long as they kept it away from me and it
What?
didn't interfere with my life.
So you would just be okay with the junky neighbors? You would just be like, ah.
Yeah. I mean, I lived in Seattle for 12 years. You have to be.
What do you mean you have to be? No, you don't. You don't have to be anyway.
Well, put it this way: you're making needless stress for yourself if you can't find some kind of tolerance for it. If it's going to bother you, if homeless people and junkies bother you and stress you out, you're going to be bothered and stressed out every day you walk out of your house, unless you find some way to just accept it and cope with it.
Or you find a way to get them out of there.
No, that's not my
responsibility. Doing heroin is illegal. Having heroin is illegal.
Yeah, in Washington, I don't think.
That's not my responsibility. I'm not paid or charged with.
That's the problem, though. That's what I was just pointing out earlier. All this, we're all individuals. Let's just let everyone be thing. And it turns into this. I don't care.
I have no responsibility for anybody's choice or decision to choose heroin. That is not on me at all, and I'm not going to take that responsibility on me.
Yeah, but like, don't you think you should?
I'm not accountable to anybody for someone else's drug use. That's absurd.
No, not saying you're responsible for it, but don't you think you should care?
No, if you care, you do something about it. I'll determine what I care about.
Well, I would do something about it. That's what I'm saying.
You're not going to guilt me into not.
I mean, it's happening. Why aren't you there doing it right now?
I did my part by staying off
there, stupid.
First place.
So what? It's still happening.
I didn't. It's not happening because of me.
I can affect the society that I'm a part of, and I'm in, right?
I don't have to.
No, I'm answering Jeff. I'm answering Denizen. Relax.
You're the one judging now.
There we go. Oh, now you stop. When I stop, you stop. That's amazing. So, Denizen, you want to go to his neighborhood and stop the heroin addicts in his neighborhood?
Not really.
Okay, then you're just saying stupid shit for no reason.
Well, no, I was pointing out that you're a hypocrite and your logic.
No, I'm not. If my fucking neighbors were fucking heroin junkies, they'd be getting taken.
You couldn't do fuck all about it.
What do you mean you can't do fuck all? Heroin's illegal.
If you lived in Seattle and people were using heroin on the street right in front of the police, there's nothing you could do about it.
There's people using heroin right in front of the police.
Yeah, you're not very smart. You don't know a lot about the country.
Maybe you should take part in voting better people in to fix the laws.
Oh, but I don't live in Seattle.
Well, then why are you telling someone that lives in Canada that will do something in Seattle? You fucking retard.
Why are you telling anybody in America to go do anything about anything in America?
If you're gonna make,
we're not gonna get back to Baby Reindeer. I'm gonna go start my own stream so I can.
Thank you for watching Midlife Bro Logic Baby Reindeer series review. It's the big reset, everybody, and everybody is happy and friendly, yet disagreeing at the same time, which is perfectly normal and fine. But we are going to talk about Baby Reindeer because I loved it. And this is Men on Film. Let's get my partner. There it is. Here we go. Should we start it all over again, Jeff? Let's start all over again, Jeff. Hold on, everybody. Let's do this. Let's do the great reset, just like Biden said. Hi, I'm Midlife Bro Logic.
And I'm Gen X Jeff.
And you're watching Men on Film.
From a male point of view.
Okay, there it is.
And
now we're
music
back.
In the back, but you can't hear it because it's copyrighted. So just throw that in your imagination.
I'll work on it. It's a new series, people. We're giving it a try. You know, there's a lot of things out there that I want to talk about, including this great series. I recommend everyone watch it. It's called Baby Reindeer. There's a lot going on. Cynthia, are you still there?
Yes.
It's so much better when you cam up if you can. Let's talk about this movie, please.
I'm excited. Are we going to talk about the big scene yet?
Okay, let's talk about the big scene. Let's talk about the big scene. So
Was
sorry,
it the reindeer?
Only reindeer is Jeff. So sorry.
I like your
to let you down.
horns.
Oh yeah, you guys are
I
matching
have my
together.
baby reindeer outfit too, but he told me to dress gay, so this is what I came up with.
Right on. So go ahead, Cynthia. Take it away.
Well, Jeff, do you want to do the big scene or do you want me to? Okay, I will. Are you okay, Jeff?
I think it's better if you do, because every time I try to do it, reality begins to warp and bend. So
Okay.
the universe is not wanting me to talk about this scene. So you do it.
So for those of you not familiar, in Baby Reindeer, the main character, I do forget his name at this time. His goal is to become a comic. He's found himself in a bad place in life. He's going to go for becoming a comic, and he meets a comic who kind of takes him under his wing, and he's excited. This guy's going to help him. He's helping him write his shows, his comics. He's helping him get on, little amateur shows. He's just really, really, this is his dream come true. And the comic gives him drugs and narcotics, and you kind of hear about the comic, but later in the scenes you realize that under the influence of the narcotics, the comedian was actually graping him, and he was in such a fog. He didn't know. It kind of confused him, which is where you realize a lot of this confusion comes from. Is where this confusion come from. You don't ever understand. And it touches on the subject that's taboo, but unfortunately is a very, very big reality. So speak easy. When you were saying a lot of people, wouldn't you say a majority of them are heterosexual? And I kept saying, no, I can't say that. So after this experience with this comic, he's now wrestling with his identity.
Yeah, he got demasculinized.
Yes.
Oh, hold up. Look at this. I'm monetized people, and Zyrax is coming in strong. Zyrax. Oh, Jesus. You can tell I'm a noob to the monetization screen. Sorry, Zyrax. Look at that. And I have a song because I'm so clever.
A long song.
Shout out to Zyrax. Thank you so much. That's what is that? That's $1 Million Man.
Entirely too long. That's what that is.
That's what she said. Lol. Okay. How long? It's 18 seconds. How long should I make it?
Probably like 10.
And
maybe
seconds?
12. Maybe
Yeah.
12.
All right,
If
let's
you
count.
want to drag it out.
I'm going to count. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
even
Is that
that was
good?
too long.
Yeah.
Just do it after the second little ha ha ha. That's a
Okay. All right, one more time. Let's get this right. Here we go. How was
Yeah,
that?
perfect. That's good.
Okay, like sub 5. All right, got it. Zyrax, thank you so much. You are an amazing
Giving
person.
it
I
on
appreciate
film,
it so
not
much.
Buffalo Bill.
Oh shit! Hold up, I got another one. Jesus, I'm neglecting my duties. Hold up. Let's see if I can get it right. Love Lady
Wow,
500.
I can't
Big
wait.
Just my microphone. We got to hear the song one more time, people. How was that? Better?
This is inspirational. Keep it coming.
Okay, yeah. Hey, I'm
She said.
learning as we go. Don't be
Yeah,
scared.
before
hit
the
super
second
chat.
lap.
And okay, before second lap.
It's either got to be really short, like 4 seconds, or it's got to be the extended, the LP, the EP,
extended play. Okay.
which would be like 10 seconds.
Well, apparently that's too long, but I'm working on it. So thank you so much, everybody. All the donations are greatly appreciated. Okay, Cynthia. Yeah. So apparently this dude was with this big time producer who was going to help him with his career, right? Stop me if I'm wrong.
Mhm.
And he got essayed.
And then they were like just getting ripped on coke for a long time at first, and everything was like just typical comedian cokehead behavior, doing lines in the bathroom, a little sus, but nothing too out of control. And then that was that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he got essayed.
And then when he went back to his place, like a couple months later or something, he's like, "Oh, hey, let's hang out. Let's take GHB, which of course is the date grape drug, which apparently is like a shot. I've never seen it. If anyone has it, keep it away from me, please. I'm not interested in that. It seems a bit odd." He's like, "Yeah, that's cool. Let's take GHB, acid, and Molly or something." I forget what he was taking, but it was like poly drug use. And then
Sounds
he wakes
like a
up.
good time.
He wakes up, and all of a sudden the dude's like, "What? Blowing him, right?"
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Well, they showed a little more. It was a little more graphic.
And then he got essayed. I called it.
Yeah, he definitely was essayed.
But then, I mean, not to sound like a total creep, but I guess I'm going to get banned for this. But did he really get essayed if he came back multiple times and kept getting essayed? Is it really essay if he know it's going to happen? It's kind of,
well, it might not be essay the second time, but it still was the first time for sure.
Yeah,
but
still
maybe
no. Doesn't matter if I show up in a sheer dress. No means no. Doesn't matter if I came back. Now, is it poor judgment? Absolutely. Was he a man with the fame monster and wanted to be famous? What will people do for fame?
Or okay, here comes the creepy side. Maybe he didn't show the part where he kind of implied that he wanted it, and if you keep coming back for more, huh?
What part was that?
Well, they didn't show it, but if you keep coming back and you know it's going to happen,
yeah, I noticed that.
It's hard
too.
for me to like be on his side.
I wonder how much he knew exactly what situation he was in, like how much he could tell the actual danger if he didn't have experience with that.
Satan,
What's up?
With all the drug, with all the
well, I mean, you know, right? You're the one who put this whole thing together, apparently.
What was the question? Sorry, I was daydreaming.
Daydreaming about more Netflix series to release.
He didn't see it. So, but listen, people. Okay, yeah, I know. Maybe I should shut up, but I just can't. Right?
I hear what you're saying.
Some people, and I'm not saying me or whatever, but some people meet and they like drugs and they like sex and they just freaking do it.
Okay.
You know,
is that the perspective you told me you had at the beginning that was going to be controversial? You see, you had a different take on that scene.
Well, the first time was, yeah, it didn't seem that's a no bueno, right? It doesn't seem like consent.
That he brought it on himself, or he somehow had a hand in it.
Well, the thing is, he showed what he wanted to show in this movie, and
yeah, we only have his version of it.
Right.
Yeah, and I wonder if there was another side where he was like making out with him and grabbing his junk, which is kind of like.
Well, I mean,
okay.
All we have is
so he's the producer that could has the potential to make his dreams come true, to make your dreams come true, like whatever you wanted. This guy, right?
And it's more than even just that, because this producer was a certain personality type that knew how to pick up on his vulnerability and prey on it. I have been in that situation. The guy I came up for Seattle. Moved to Seattle for was exactly like this guy, and it was a very similar situation, not quite the same, didn't play out quite the same way, but that scene crept up on me. I wasn't expecting it at all from anything that happened before in the movie, and it brought up a lot of stuff for me personally. And so it's not even just the scene, it's the build up to it. It's the whole psychological predation and the personality type of this producer guy. And there's many hints that he's done it to multiple people before this one guy.
Okay, but in this another controversial take, maybe his process is he likes to get completely ripped on drugs with a young and up and coming writer, and just get down with Doo Brown
You're
and
talking about the
create
older guy?
scripts. Yeah, and maybe that's just how he does it. Like, is that
Okay.
Like that he's not predatory and
thinking-
he's just portrayed that way?
So
maybe he's less predatory than what was portrayed?
I don't know. I haven't been in that
So-
situation myself. I'm less inclined to see it that way. Although all we have is how he presented it. It was credible to me. But I mean, we don't have a way of knowing if that was really what the guy was like or not.
So I don't want to get off of the films. Like, I don't want us to start saying that, oh, it could have been this, this, and this. I kind of want to stick to the film. That's how I'm seeing it. So midlife logic, if I understand you correctly, you're saying, hey, if he kept going back, it wasn't that bad after all. Maybe he did his part and played in it, and he's just kind of making it different now. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah, if you keep going back and you know what's going to happen, I mean, like, come on, stop it.
So the other powerful part of this scenario was when he went and made the video and went and talked to his dad. Now, the behavior that he had and the way he was breaking down in front of his family, does that look like a person that was participating in something they wanted to be a part of?
Look, it's a good movie. It's a very moving movie, and the way they portrayed it was, yeah, it was something maybe he didn't want to participate in, but he is an adult, and he wasn't high the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th time he went there, full well knowing what was going to happen. So,
but we don't know that he knew what was going to happen.
he knew what was happening, and he even talked about it. He's getting ripped from Friday to Monday, and he's getting down with Doo Brown, and he knew it was coming, and he kept going back for more.
Does it make? Can you?
You talking about before the initial?
Look, the initial one, if he stopped then and never went back, okay, got it. I'm on his side.
Oh, you mean he went back after the initial incident?
He went back like multiple times for
I had the
months.
same problem. I had the exact same problem because I got the hell out of there. I never wanted to see that dude again. And he kept returning. It's like Freud's repetition compulsion, where we try to master our trauma by repeating it.
Well,
Is
I'm
it-
not familiar with that.
Is it a different?
He was
That would
traumatized.
still be so midlife
acting out
right.
of
That would
trauma.
still be on the person. That would be that would be your choice,
the
right?
guy's choice.
What are you saying?
Like, because he's saying it was trying to master his trauma, but that he was making the choice to go back. That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
Went back, and he knew it was going to happen.
It was out of trauma, but he's still accountable for his choices.
Yeah.
But not the initial at all. I don't think he had. We can assume he had any way to see that coming.
Well, listen, the initial one.
Does
Yeah,
that mess with your mind, the initial one? Does it mess with your mind, the initial act, and the fact that somebody that has the golden ticket to your paradise?
Listen, that's just like a whole nother angle.
Exactly.
You know, it's just quid pro quo. This is like Jeffrey Epstein. Like a lot of these women.
You're talking about Harvey Weinstein, I think.
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you. Harvey Weinstein. Like they knew. Listen, no one. I wasn't there, obviously, but it's like a lot of these women just have regret. Do I think that Harvey Weinstein held these women down and just essayed them? No, I think it was.
Well, there was definitely some women that he did actually just physically essay them, but a lot of the women, yeah, he gave them. But you got to understand, he also had the threat of it involved because he would say things like, "If you don't, you're going to be blackballed. Nobody's going to sign you. You'll never be in a movie again." Like he had the threat aspect involved. That's why he got charged, right? If he was just saying, "Hey, if you want to be in this movie, blow me up," like nobody could say anything because he's literally offering a deal to these women. And if you're going to say that's wrong, then you guys got to also agree that prostitution's wrong. And I'll be on your side for that.
Would you agree that the definition of SA is unwanted touching, sexual touching?
Wait, say that again.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It sounds legit.
Jeff?
I don't know. Aren't the laws different in different places?
Yeah, but in an attempt to generalize.
To me, it would include any unwelcomed touching.
Well, it wouldn't be SA. It would just be A, right? If it weren't S.
Well, at what point does it become S? That's where I think it would be referred to, whatever laws
Intent.
were that jurisdiction.
It would be intent. It would be with intent of stimulation for either the person doing it or the person receiving it. They'd have to
But
be.
then if the person says no or stops or pulls away or something, it should stop at that point.
Oh, I wouldn't disagree with that. I'm asking if you can agree with the definition of SA.
Oh, with it being intent,
Any
you
unwanted.
accidentally SA somebody. I can go with that for now, I guess, for purposes of discussion. I don't see an initial problem with it.
So then definitely what happened to Homeboy is SA.
You cut out there.
So definitely what happened to the main character is SA.
Yeah, the initial.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Right, right?
Yeah.
The way it was portrayed on the movie.
Does
Yes.
it change if you're under the influence and not even aware to say no? Is it still SA?
Yeah, if you're unconscious, yes.
He
Okay,
wasn't
but you're not unconscious. You're under the influence, and you're.
Well, this is where you get into the nuance. So, like, if two people get drunk together, are you going to say one of them essayed the other, or what? Did they both?
Well, I thought in
essay
this
each other.
In this scene, as it was described, he woke up and was how I.
To me, no.
Is that
They
incorrect?
showed it. They showed it very graphically. The thing play out. To me, he was not responsible. He was only responsible in the sense that he didn't read the warning signs and the red flags that normal people probably would have picked up on and not taken the situation as far as he did. But that guy relies on people that don't pick up on those signals.
Mm-hmm. He was in a bad place. Remember, he was living with his ex-girlfriend's mother. He was working at the bar.
Yeah, from what you guys described, it sounded like the producer dude's like some groomer fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
But like, was so after the initial thing, was this dude an adult?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
As
he
a
went
young
as an adult. He made the choice to keep going back to it. Right?
Yes.
So like that's
Probably
where.
out of trauma, but he still made the choice.
Well, I get. Yeah, exactly. I guess you can say it's out of trauma, but he still did it. And to say it's out of trauma, I don't know. You stay away from the thing that gives you trauma, right?
Well, that's why the movie was kind of
In
a
most
struggle,
cases.
because we were in the same situation, but we took completely different paths. He kept returning to it out of his trauma, and I kept consciously avoiding and putting as much distance as possible on my reaction to it. But it was the same event. And there was something about him that caused him to handle it that way and caused me to handle it a different way. And we didn't get to see into his childhood, but I have a feeling there's something there.
And I'll also bring up the fact that the guy that was doing the assault was the gentleman that could have the potential to make his dreams come true. Like, that has to be fact.
He convinced him he did.
Yeah. It is my
honestly, listen. If this dude was like a Hollywood, I don't know, screenwriter or something, you can't tell me that if this star of the show came up with this super dope script that he wouldn't use it and go with him, right? It's just, I mean, there's a lot of nuance to it.
We don't know how long ago.
Well, yeah, the way, because I'm actually just finding out that it's based off the true events. I had some people filling me in about the show, as you guys were filling me in here too. I was gonna say, like, I could give you, if I had like all the production of Netflix behind me, I mean, I could give you the greatest fucking story with all the best scored fucking moments with the music behind it to touch your feelies every time it gets to certain moments. And I make you believe any story I said, right? Like, it's kind of like what Midlife is saying. We're getting one guy's side of it. And I'm not saying he's completely lying, but it's a possibility that he's leaving stuff out. Most people are going to, especially in this situation, they're not going to want to say certain things that puts them in the bad light as well, right?
Yeah.
But even if he's lying or it's not accurate, the representation itself as a piece of art for people that have been through that experience was a very powerful one. And so
Absolutely.
it really doesn't matter how accurate it is to his particular story. For people that have similar stories, it did have an impact and a resonance, at least for me.
Oh yeah, I definitely get that. Yeah, music does
So
that
I
too.
think like part of the appeal of the show, I think right now in popular culture is that it's a guy opening up about this very kind of intense and painful experience for a lot of guys to talk about. And he opens up in a very raw, vulnerable way through this movie.
And it's naive of us to think this isn't a very common thing that happens not only in the music industry, the movie industry, it happens everywhere. And just because it's in the underneath the ground, or maybe we don't acknowledge it, this is something that's happening, and it's good to see the conversations are being had by this art.
Oh yeah, I agree. This definitely happens a lot more than people realize. That's, I mean, this is what's happening. This is why you're seeing it all come out now with the Diddy, everybody that's getting busted now for the fucking weird shit that they did behind the scenes, or the way they coerced people into things so that they could have a career. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of that, a lot more of that too.
But also, this guy, he's just going through life. He's the constant victim, right? Like, what is that? Everywhere he goes, bad things is happening to him. He needs to
learn.
He needs to take responsibility for himself. Also, he's knowingly going to these just gay butt sex, drug filled parties every weekend, and coming back to his girlfriend, and eventually he lost his libido over it, but like still being with her too. Like there's that too, right? Like that's
right. No, I completely agree. I can't stand when somebody tells me like every single thing they've done is like they're always a victim. It's like it makes no sense to me. It's like, well, how could it possibly be that just the whole fucking world hates you so much that you're like you'd never get a fucking chance to step up?
Victimhood is a mindset more than it's a mentality more than an actual. Like, yes, there are situations where people are actually innocent victims, but it's more of a mindset in most cases. Like it's a subjective experience.
Do you think that after the act like that happens to a man, do you think that messes with their mind?
Yeah,
that they're confused, like you're confused, like I enjoyed it, like from the shows that I've watched on true crime and victims of essays. The women, like your body somehow just naturally goes into the motion of the act. Your body just reacts that way.
That's when my dissociation started. I haven't felt my body.
I would say that as well. But do you think that could have messed with his mind? So maybe he liked the act, like Mig Logic is saying, hey, he kept going back. So it was something that he was wrestling with, which is why the trans woman came into play, because this is still a male, this is something I'm experiencing, but my mind is telling me I'm supposed to be with the woman. And this does it. So is this a way that
I think this dude loves penis. I think he's ashamed that he likes penis. I think that he knew all along that dude was going to get down with Doo-Doo Brown when he took those drugs. And I think now he kind of regrets it or something. And I think he knew the whole thing, and he's trying to act differently. It's not, SA, regret is not SA. I think he's just mad that he didn't get his movie or his whatever he was working with put forward. And this whole film is this whole thing about, oh, this man's bad, and I'm going to Harvey Weinstein.
That wasn't the whole film. That was really one.
It's not the whole film, but I think that's part of it. I think he's just mad that his thing didn't get through. But look, in the end, it looks like it worked out. He's look at me. I'm in my mom's basement talking about Baby Reindeer. So shout out to him turning lemons into lemonade. And it's dope. And anyone who hasn't seen it, what are you doing with your life?
So at 2 snaps up or 2 snaps down, I can't tell.
What'd you say?
Did it get 2 snaps up or 2 snaps down? I can't tell.
Oh, hold on, everybody. I think it got 2 snaps in Z formation, right? Are you ready?
You think so?
Yes. 1, 2, 3. There it is.
I didn't have my light camera. Go.
It's definitely recommended, man. You got to see it. It's great. It's
Yeah,
crazy. It's out of control.
Like,
and it's
from
just
a
like
movie. It wasn't the greatest movie, and the writing was not great. The acting was okay, etc. But it's more the content than the form. I think it's definitely worth seeing for the story.
it was awesome. It's like one of those things you have to. I had to binge watch it. I couldn't stop. I was totally addicted to it. I was totally into it, and it was so interesting. And then and then his father was essayed by priests because he's Catholic and all. It's like, oh geez, it just never ends. But you can never. I mean, I guess since I told you all the cliffhangers or whatever, now you know. But it's
spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. It's definitely.
But they don't really add into the. They don't really disrupt the experience of seeing it. Just knowing that's not going to change the impact, I think, of seeing it.
I found it interesting that his dad was essayed and he had never shared with his son, and that having that conversation, that was a powerful scene, and it just showed you how much of a taboo this is. Like, if this has gone on for generations and the families just don't talk about it. So again, I'm going to say it's great to hear it being talked about.
I mean, why would you want to talk about that? If I had a son and I was essayed, I'd be like, yo, sit down, boy. Let me tell you a story. Back when I was in Catholic school, this priest essayed me. I mean, why? Why would you want to talk about that? It's horrible. Aren't some things just meant to be just thrown away and forgot about forever? I mean, it sounds insane.
Just stuff it way down inside, Cynthia.
Yes. Why would you want to tell your son that?
Until it becomes a tiny little ball.
It sounds unhealthy, but hey, if that's the way you are doing it.
What good does it? What good would it be to sit your son down and be like, "Hey, guess what?
It would be a
surprise.
What exactly would be unhealthy about that? Do you think, though?
Yeah.
If I had a son, I wouldn't want him to know that some priest bent me over or whatever.
No, not you. I'm agreeing with what you're saying. I'm asking Cynthia why she thinks that's
what
unhealthy.
does Satan have to say?
Why I think what's unhealthy?
Oh yeah, Satan. What do you have to say about that?
Like not talking about this.
What was the question?
I don't think that it's unhealthy. I'm not saying it's unhealthy. I'm just saying there's secrets in families, and perhaps a victim of SA would have a particular behavior as a result of the SA, but he never shared with anybody why he was that way. It was just his behavior. But if you were to sit down and explain to me, hey, this horrible thing happened to me and it really traumatized me, it would help me to understand you more. I wouldn't share these type of things on the internet. I wouldn't share these type of things with my friends, but with my son, with my daughter, with my wife, yes, because I need to be in the best communication with them, and they need to know who I am, good, bad, and the ugly. That's my beliefs. I'm not saying that's the right way. I'm saying that's how I view it.
Well, so salute to you, Cynthia. That's actually a great explanation. I guess in that way, you can be like, hey, I'm crazy because this happened to me. I could see that, but I don't think my dad was.
It's a hard subject to bring up. It's embarrassing, and it shouldn't be.
I think that helps.
But it is.
Women tend to get help out of talking things out, right? This doesn't usually tend to help men, though. It's usually when they go and fix their issue rather than talking about it.
Well, oxytocin and vasopressin bonding, but it can help men too. I have seen men get some kind of relief from being able to open up and kind of get it out. But in general, there are other approaches that some men respond to better than that.
Does talking about it, does it help others who maybe hear about it but won't speak about it feel like they're not alone?
That's why I like doing it on streams, just in case it can help somebody else.
All right. Well, I guess, did we cover everything? So quickly, again, I'm going to go over it. If you have to watch this, but be prepared that it is the trans agenda. They're trying to turn quote unquote straight acting men into having sex with trans. They're trying to portray trans as the most educated, as the most based, as the most normal, and
there.
This is how I see it, sir. But that's fine.
What did he say?
He's calling me a conspirator, but they're trying to portray trans as the most well-adjusted, most well-educated, just perfectly sane acting people. They're trying to convince straights to bang them. What else are they doing here? We didn't mention. We didn't mention.
Are you secretly wanting to? Is that what this is about?
Absolutely not. But we need to watch this.
I like this video.
Yeah, and if you don't know the definition of essay, this was made, I think, in Denmark or something at the cost of like $10 trillion. Check it out. This is good.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
That's it. And actually, it was pretty effective because look at me, even I'm talking about it. So shout out to them. It was like Sweden or one of those countries.
I like the fat guy in the back who can't make a square because he's a little too round.
All right, hold on. Let's watch it again.
When he tries to make a square, it's more like a pear.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Okay, that's some great stuff there. But what we didn't mention about the show was this guy who allegedly was being stalked by this big, overweight, morbidly obese wildebeest. He actually went and had sex with her once. Cynthia, what do you think of that?
Did he, or was that a thought?
No, he did. He went and ravaged her, and she loved it.
He tested the water.
Cynthia, you don't remember that? Oh my god!
No, I don't, because
now you have to rewatch it. He did. He had sex with her. I'm not joking.
Okay, the question: do I think about that? Why wouldn't he have? Why would it have been a bad thing?
So if a crazy woman is in your life, don't you think having sex with them would further complicate the issue if you know you don't want to be with them?
Absolutely, but
not if you use a hotel room.
She was tenacious. She locked down. She had her target in sight. She waited him out. She waited for that vulnerable moment, and I guess they got it done. So, I mean,
I'm quite surprised in your answer there. Wow.
I don't even know
what to say. I thought you were gonna, take a different angle. I'm at a loss for words. Somebody help me.
I mean, it's easy to sit here and judge her because she's eccentric. She's her different type of way, but it's her being a known and in this movie she is a convicted.
He knew that when he looked her up before he Facebook friended her. He knew.
Yeah, she's a convicted, so he knew all of that. And people always think, "Oh, I understand her. They just didn't understand her." But no, she had an agenda, and she achieved her agenda, just like she achieved the agenda of getting the phone call. I mean,
what was her agenda ultimately? What was
to get him?
Do you think
every single day? It became her number one priority. She became a parasite in his life.
Is that true love?
No, absolutely not. But to her, it might be. You're speaking of your situation that you don't want to speak of, but I know of situations too on YouTube where content creators had a fan who drove 15 hours to come see him and made up a story that they're in love and she now has his baby. And it's a 3-year ordeal. And it's not stopping. She's not stopping. And in her mind, it's real. And just like this other lady, she's convicted too of throwing mauve cocktails in people's houses. But I think it was you, Midlogic, that said you can't hide crazy. Who said you can't?
That was Jeff.
You can't hide, but you can disguise it for a little bit. And
you can disguise it for a long time, I think.
Some people are better at spotting it than others.
And that's their agenda. That's their agenda. That's their whole mission in life.
What they're
And you can underestimate them. You can never. You have to keep a distance in real life and in the metaversal life.
I don't think crazy people's agenda is to just hide their craziness. I think they're just looking for happiness and love, just like everyone else, and they're just doing the best they can with the tools that are within them. I mean, you
Snaps is looking for happiness and love, and he doesn't have an agenda of causing chaos. You think Tommy is looking for happiness and love?
Yes, I do, and he's just using the best way that he can, his mind and his body and his experience. Everyone's just doing the best that they can, and it may manifest in a quite frankly strange and frightening way in certain people. But do you think they're just like pure evil out to just cause chaos? I mean, I reject that.
Some people are. I mean, there are sociopaths and narcissists, and
some people thrive off of chaos. That's how they thrive. They need that chaos to feed off of.
Well, that's what causes them happiness. You call it chaos, they call it happiness. You know,
it's happening at someone's expense.
It's not always happiness either. Sometimes some people don't know how to get positive attention.
But they don't know how to receive it.
There's that too. That's a thing too.
Yeah.
All right. So, but as is with all things in today's society, I guess maybe in yesterday's society as well, nothing can go by without a controversy. And apparently, the woman who so allegedly this is real, this story, right? But then the real woman came out of the woodwork, and she went on Piers Morgan's show. Now let's just take a look at her. Let's look at this. Here we go. Baby Reindeer star Jessica Gunning not engaging with Fiona Harvey interviews because she feels fiercely protective of Richard Gadd. So this is the real woman on the right, allegedly.
That's her. Let me see.
In
I
real
would
life.
say blow her up, but
Yeah, try it.
I mean, listen to you getting all judgy and talking about are you fat shaming after you told me you don't judge people?
no, I never said. I'm the one that I judge all the fucking time. I'm one of the few people that owns the fact that I judge.
Okay. This woman is the real woman on the right.
Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely judging. How could you not judge that?
And she is mad, and she's silly.
Although the one on the left looks crazy.
Why is she mad?
Because she says this is fake and this didn't happen, and I want $1 million.
What else can you judge besides the fact that she likes cookies?
So she's mad because she's saying that's not how it really went.
Yeah, here's an interview. Let's check it out. Let's see what they say.
Can you wait? You're monetized now. Can you play this?
I don't know.
Yeah, you get to talk. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You better go see who's this by. Where are you getting this clip from?
But I'm only monetized on super chats. I don't get.
Yeah, but you'll get that taken away.
Oh, I will. Oh, okay. All right. Let's read it then. Thank you.
For what? Playing a clip from the news?
Yeah, well, you can see. So local news articles are always good to go. Okay.
Yeah. We're talking about this for news and critical purposes. It's the literal definition of fair use.
Certain news platforms will get hefty, but I'm saying who I don't know this.
All right, let me just read it. Let me read it. Baby Reindeer star Jessica Gunning, that's the fat star actress, not engaging with Fiona, that's the real woman, because she feels fiercely protective of Dick Gadd. I guess that's the star who allegedly this happened to. Oh, this is boring.
Oh, okay.
Let's read it. She's got her back against the mega hit Netflix series. Gunning told the Radio Times that she's not engaging with comments made by Fiona Harvey, the woman she played in Baby Reindeer under the name Martha. Baby Reindeer tells the quote-unquote true story of Gadd's experience with an alleged stalker, but Harvey denies claims by the series and said she had not been convicted of stalking. Okay, I mean, that's...
Yeah, would you engage with her, though?
Would I engage with her if it was good for my career? I guess if she's a stalker, probably not. I don't know.
No, you wouldn't. And no.
If it's good for my career, she's an actress, and now she's got a hit on her hands, and she needs to milk it. So maybe I mean, it's better than going and doing drugs and getting raped by this producer, right?
Yeah.
It's like how much danger can you accept in your life to get ahead? Apparently,
To get ahead.
To get ahead, the star of the
Saying-
show does drugs and gets penetrated.
So
You know,
you're
me-
saying this crazy lady
Oh,
who's in a crazy
sorry.
state right now, who's upset, you would engage with them?
I would have to consider, like,
Engage.
is this good for my career? Can I get another acting role out of this? How much
Number
danger
one.
is there? I don't know.
I will.
I mean, it's like you already shamed her and played her and made her look as horribly bad as possible. Like, what more damage can you do to this woman? You already took that step to portray her in a horrible light. Why not just damage her some more? I mean, what's the difference?
I don't know about damage. I mean,
I wouldn't
be doing
want
her a favor.
I think
If I
space.
she's
threw a
doing
batch her way.
all by herself.
I wouldn't want her in my space.
Why are you sympathetic to her? She's a crook. Didn't she end up in prison?
No, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want the real one in my space. I'm saying the actress shouldn't want that real one, shouldn't respond to her. That's what we're saying.
Listen, Jeff, she says she was never convicted of stalking. Harvey has told her story to Piers Morgan, The Daily Record, and others. She is now considering legal action against Netflix.
Well, then it'll all come out in court. The British
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just like Dan Snyder is suing Quiet on the Set.
Does it say that thing that this is a false fairness and any resemblance to any living person is just a fear? Does it say that at the end of each episode? Or does it say it's a true
No,
story?
I think he said like based on a true story or something.
I don't remember what it says. Gunning said she was concerned about the impact Harvey's interviews might be having on Gad, whom she described as a survivor of SA and stalking. I think he was incredibly brave to bear all. He really did put everything in that show, warts and all, errors, mistakes that were made.
Doing that.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. I'm always fiercely protective of him. I think he wants her, or she wants him. And I want to make sure that none of this is upsetting for him. Really, I try and keep out of all that stuff. She added that Gad deliberately changed identities for Baby Reindeer, naming himself Donnie in the drama, but acknowledged that viewers are intrigued by who the real people are. I don't want to read anymore. So that's what's up. She's suing. She says it's fake. I wonder who the real trans is and if they look like a straight up dude or not. That's what I want to know, right? Is that good entertainment or what? Baby Reindeer, real trans person with a trans woman that inspired a story. Doesn't say. All right. Well,
we're good. I'm glad some good came out of this shit show.
What did I miss something?
Yeah. You convinced people not to watch it.
Did I?
Great service.
I thought it was a great show. I was trying to get everyone to watch it. It brought me great joy for some sick. Why do we?
He likes watching people get SA'd for Hollywood deals.
Yeah, why do I like that? Is something wrong with me? I mean, what is that? Why is this entertaining?
Probably, we could probably find something if you.
I don't know if there's something wrong with you, but there's definitely something in your shadow that you're.
Yeah, we already know you're insecure, so it's your way of like pulling everything.
There's a reflection of something in you that you're seeing in this series.
Jesus, I mean that doesn't sound good at all.
And beautiful people. And beautiful people.
What was the part you enjoyed the most?
The part I enjoyed the most of the movie was
you took pleasure in the most.
I think when he succeeded with his comedy career, I thought it was great. It was like he turned lemons into lemonade. He totally bombed, and all of a sudden, it was like the best thing that ever happened to him. That was my favorite part.
Do you consider yourself an ambitious person?
A comedy.
And ambitious. I mean, I don't. Now I'm getting uncomfortable with this, like turning into this whole.
See, that's your shadow. Move into that discomfort.
Mm-hmm. Do I have to do it in front of my millions of fans who are watching live right now?
You can come do it on my stream tomorrow if you want. And Satan, I want you on my panel one day. I'd be honored to have you.
Sure, no problem. Just let Barnabas get your information. Your people will talk to my people.
Yeah, he's Gen X Jeff. Hold on, let's put the
Jeff
link. Just sub to the.
Next. Oh, I'm a Rich. I can do that, right?
Yeah, just put it in, please. Lol, that's what she said.
Eh.
Okay, so I guess what really I take from this dude, there's something wrong with him before this whole event. Let's face it, man. He grew up crazy. There's something wrong with him. He's going to sit here and live with his ex-girlfriend's mom because for whatever reason, right? And it's just, he's insane. There's something wrong with the dude. If any of this was real, he's trying to blame everyone else. He needs to blame himself. He's a nut job and he needs help. And I hope he finds it. And now that he's successful, I hope he can parlay this and just ride this off into the sunset.
I'm worried it's going to play
hits.
into the victimhood thing. Like, oh, you poor thing. And he's going to get all this, like, support for being a victim of what he went through and not necessarily empower him to move beyond it. I can see that temptation.
Oh, like use it and lean into it. Look at me, I'm a victim. Now pay me.
Like, yeah, like he's stunning and brave. Like, this is his identity now. This is what he's known for. This is his stunning and brave moment. And so he's tied to this thing.
Oh God. See, Cynthia, that's why you should never talk about it if you're a man. So
well, you talk about it with the goal of moving beyond it or helping others move or show others how to move beyond it. But so I think this is a good starting point if he takes it and does the like post-traumatic growth part of it.
Well, what else has he done to get this far? And is he willing
to
keep going?
I think he was some minor comedian. At least that's not even a good one. That's what I got from the movie.
Listen, I think, again, let me say this, and this is unpopular opinion, whatever, call me a monster. I think he liked it. I think he wanted it. That's why he kept going back.
I think he liked it. That's why he had a trans.
Barnabas, let me ask you this. Has something like that ever happened to you?
No, not at all. But I'm just saying.
It is a very complex experience. It completely disrupts your entire sense of identity, your sense of self. You don't know what's what or what's coming and going in that state. And you can be in that state for a while. So it's just a very confusing. It's really hard to think straight.
You could be in that state for 20 years, brother.
Yeah, you can. I mean, the effects linger. Like I said, I haven't felt my body in 15 years. I'm still dissociated.
Oh, hold up. Satan needs to leave. Satan, thank you so much for joining us. You know, you really did a horrible thing to this guy. He's really suffering. There's a lot of people suffering in this Netflix documentary. Does that make you happy to see people go through such hardships in life, sir?
Sure. Sometimes. I mean, it's my job down here. So what do you think I do? Make people happy?
Yeah. Well, you're definitely making these people suffer. But I guess the joke's on you because now they're rich and famous, and certainly sub to Outliers in Exile, aka Gen X Jeff, because apparently you're going to be a big hit over there.
Sweet. Why does Satan sound like a Persian car dealer?
It's I tried to do what's it called, the Triumph the dog, but I get it all mixed up. What do you do? I'm bad like that.
Yes, your Triumph impression is good for me to poop on.
Exactly. But great show, guys. I got to go. The Queen of England needs to use my computer.
Hey, make sure you watch. Hold on. Are you convinced that you're gonna watch Baby Reindeer or not? Was this show effective in convincing you to watch it or not?
Well, I watched a little, but I didn't see no reindeer, so I kind of got disappointed.
All right.
Did she eat the reindeer?
I failed at my job.
That's what I thought it was going to be. Actually, when I heard the title, I thought it was going to be about a baby reindeer that got shot and eaten.
Exactly. I'd rather watch Rudolph. What?
All right. Well, I mean, if you're
I
not
will hit
watch...
you people up. I will talk to you later. I have to go. The Queen needs the computer.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sadie.
Yeah, you fucking rule. Rock and roll. Yeah.
Burn in hell, Satan.
Yeah, a bit odd. Okay, who else wants to say something? I think I said everything I need to be said.
Are we ending? Is this the end of the show?
Unless you can think of something to keep it going about Baby Reindeer. I mean, we covered everything, right? What'd you say?
I said it could be because we're supposed to go watch some more of that series in Discord.
What series?
It's called Outer Range. It's like a sci-fi western.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, midlife. Thanks for having me on, buddy. I'm gonna make sure I share your channel over here so people can come find you.
Hey, thanks so much, dude. I really appreciate it. It's a true honor and privilege to have you back. This is a new segment, but I do like to talk about pop culture too. And I think this movie is culturally significant for more than just face value.
It's
So thanks so much.
Movie for its time, for sure.
Movie for its time,
man.
and definitely, I hope you can watch it.
I'm back on another talk. You're always welcome to come over, talk about anything. I always talk about a bunch of different shit too. So
Yeah, so I put your link in there. Let me give you a wrench, sir. Drop a comment. Feel free to drop your link anytime. I did it a few times. Do you want to tell all my millions of fans about your show, sir?
Sure. I escape with Speakeasy on YouTube. I do a little bit of everything, really. I mostly like debates and breakdowns of people who like to scam on the internet. I like exposing their bullshit. But I do a little bit of everything. I like talking about biology, psychology, the dynamics of men and women. It's literally my niche is I have no niche.
The niche is you have no niche. That's like the no game guy who has game. It's the no game game. But anyways, thank you so much. Let me give you some claps, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, you fucking rule! Rock and roll! Yeah.
Appreciate it. Take care of the rest of the panel and take care of the chat. I'll see you guys again.
Absolutely. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Good conversation. I'll see you later. Bye.
And I put your link in there. Do you want to sell your channel? I guess not. Anyways. Yeah, sub to Cynthia. It's actually What's Up, Cynthia.
What's Up, Cynthia on YouTube. Here's your channel.
And Dennison, I think I'm actually going to end it with Jeff, not because we didn't do that good last time. Don't feel bad, but this is Men on Film. So,
yeah, man,
Hated it.
So, did I convince you to? Oh, he left. Okay. Well, that was very apropos. Thank you so much, as always, Dennison, with the timely and witty remarks and commentary. I love it. So, thank you so much, Dennison. I think that deserves some claps right off the bat. Where can I find my claps? Da 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 da.
Yeah, you fucking rule! Rock and roll! Yeah.
Yes.
Jeff, it's been an honor and a privilege. I had fun. I don't know. Did you like it?
I'm all tuckered out. Yeah. I had it was a time. Let me know when the next one is.
Okay. Well, when something comes across, what am I watching now? I don't know. Maybe some of my millions of fans can give me some ideas. What type of media should I be consuming and reviewing with Gen X Jeff for Men on Film? I don't know. But when it comes, I'll know it. I certainly wish the best for these Baby Reindeer people.
Yes, and we can kind of put it behind us now, I guess.
Well, not really, because
move on to the next thing.
I want to know what's up with the real fat lady, right? What's up with the real fat lady?
And what's up with the guy? Like, where is he in the story? How did he get away with all the stuff he did? He was the villain of the movie.
And does the fat lady feel used? It was just a hit and quit.
Get away with
hit and quit one time. What happened?
The fat lady? I said, white guys get away with everything.
Do we? I feel the opposite.
He did.
Well, he crafted it, I guess. I hope the fat lady found love. I hope she's not stalking people. I guess that's it, dude. I guess that's it. Oh, how can we end this?
It was fun. Thanks for hanging out. We're gonna go watch stuff in the Discord, and we'll see you in the streets.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you so much. Take it easy. Look at this. Trump endorsed me.
America. This is your president, Donald J. Trump, the big man, number 45. And when I become number 47, America is gonna freaking hear our freaking voices. So I want you to subscribe to Barnabas at Midlife Bro Logic. He's the #1 voice of the Donald J. Trump campaign. Subscribe, like, tattoo it on your body, brand it on yourself. Let the world know about Midlife Bro Logic. It's the #1 YouTube channel on all Trump operations. Make sure that you like and subscribe to Midlife Bro Logic. It's the #1 Trump news channel for my campaign of 2024.